Aries, welcome. It's Jeff here at Raise Your Vibration TV, and that means it's time for your weekly tarot reading. And this one is going to be for July 7th all the way to July 13th. So welcome, Aries. Hope you had a wonderful 4th of July weekend. Hope it was happy and safe for you, and I hope you got plenty of rest because you're going to need it for this week. Yeah, that's right. We've got 3 big major events happening this week, which is going to, well, it's big. Okay. That's all. They're big energy shifts. And, you know, if you felt off Friday, July 4th, you know, because I'm recording this actually on Saturday, the day after. So I'm still feeling in that energy. We had huge spikes in the Schumann resonance with the Earth's frequency, and it has changed. And the cosmic weather this week is going to be quite stormy. And it's stormy because there's a lot of massive shifts. That's the reason why I report these, is because of the massive shifts that they produce. All right. So let's start with July 7th. Uranus, the planet of revolution. It's lightning striking. You know what I mean? It's energy discharging, and it needs to discharge somewhere. That is moving into the sign of Gemini. It holds well in Gemini, but it's a massive shift in consciousness, in thinking, and it brings an unconventional shift, but it's needed. Okay, big energy with Uranus moving into Gemini. Okay. It's big. Then, July 10th, we have a full moon in Capricorn in an earth sign. Full moons are an excellent time to release. It brings things to light. And with you, Aries, this is happening in your 10th house. So this is shedding some light on the outside world, your view of the outside world, what you want to do, what you are doing. Are you moving towards that? Are you going along with the status quo, or are you being a revolutionary in your own life and not comparing yourself to others? Are you devoting a lot to your career and there's some shifts that need to happen at home? There's that work-home balance. So this full moon is a good time to release any negative viewpoints you have on the world. Do you feel a victim? Do you feel like things are happening to you instead of for you? That full moon can bring that structure that you need, you know, to let you know. Again, huge, massive shift. Now, on July 13th, Saturn, the planet of karma, restrictions, limitations, lessons learned, hard lessons learned, is going retrograde in your sign. So it's back to the drawing board. It's going to feel like we're being restricted. Again, this energy, you know, Uranus is pushing us forward. The full moon is bringing our emotions to the top. And then Saturn is going, whoa, you know, when you want, it's like the foot on the brake and the foot on the gas at the same time. You know, we need to be aware of this energy. So I hope you got some rest because you're going to need it. But this is all about the outside world. Are you working with it? Because you have to realize that everything you're experiencing out there is because of what's going on inside of you. And I think for this week, it kind of brings that to the forefront. And you could really do a massive shift for yourself when you come to that realization. All right, now let's get to the tarot. We're going to get your angel numbers for the week. Love doing this for you. We got it added on some new structure to the reading, and I like it. I think it's thorough. I hope that you agree. All right, Aries, let's get your angel numbers for the week, please. Let's see, what do we got? Come on, give me one. These cards are new, so they stick together. There we go. Okay, thank you. Finally. Self-care. Absolutely, Aries. 789. Practice self-care. Ensure you're getting enough rest and engaging in activities that bring joy into your life. So important for you at this time is self-care this week, especially with all this massive shifts. Maybe this full moon is bringing to light that you put so much into your outer work and what you do and your routine that you need to have that security and that stability of home and that balance between work and home. Okay? Now, let's get a message from your guides from the Energy and Spirit Oracle for this week and see what they have to say. What is the guidance for Aries this week? Just one card, please. These are new, so I don't know what's going on here. All right, there we go. Absolutely. Yes. Angels of the seven chakras, the power, truth, and connection. So I don't even need to read the book when this happens, because what is going on here is a deep need for you to start tapping into your chakras. If it's one thing you need to do this week, is balance them out with some self-care. All right? Preferably with your lower three. So that's your root, your sacral, and your solar plexus. And your throat chakra. Because all of a sudden I got a tickle in my throat. And it's gone. So work on these chakras, okay? The angels are ready for you. And I also have, you could do the summer solstice meditation. There's a great chakra meditation weaved into that. It's great. Check it out. I'll put it up here for you or in the description and all of that. You'll be able to find it. No problem. Okay. But really, it's time to really be truthful with yourself and connect with those energy centers. That is self-care if I've ever heard it. Now, let's get your shadow work oracle card. I love these. I've been using these in all my readings, and they're perfect. Dark reflection. When you look into the abyss looks back. Truth-seeking and liberation. Right. Just like the outside world. Your perception of the outside world is also a reflection of your perception of yourself. You follow me on that? So be aware of that. If you feel like it's a dark world out there, well, what's going on inside of you? You know, very telling. I like that. And there's a huge thing about truth-seeking, and truth here on both cards. So maybe it's time to be truthful with yourself. Maybe, yep, you have been working too much and you need to rein it back. Take care of things that make you feel good. All right, let's get the vibe for this week. What do we have for Aries with all this energy shifts going on? Anything else? Nope. What? Okay, that's it. Oof. Wow. Okay. The self-care is the huge message for you this week, and the Ace of Cups signifies that. The Ace of Cups is always filling your cup first. You're filling your cup, everyone else's cup, with an empty one. And it's not productive. It puts you off of balance, and it makes you very indecisive about what to do, especially when it comes to something from the past. You're still holding back. You may have to speak your truth. You know, whatever it is, it's time to let it go, whatever this is. And I think some self-care will help you align with that. You know, I think this has got you off balance, and it's time to get yourself back into balance. Don't let your thoughts cause the imbalance here. See, the thoughts are keeping her all wrapped up. Those crows are her thoughts. Take the blindfold off. Especially when it comes to something with the past here. That could also be the dark reflection, you know? You're still projecting the past into the future. But it's time to make a choice. And that I'm firmly believing it's letting the past go. And especially when it comes to money, too. You know, you are worth more than what you are allowing yourself to experience. That's a big message for some of you out there. And that's the truth. You know, maybe you've settled for less and you don't need to. All right, let's get some oracles and see what they add to this. Yeah, mental conflict. It's an end to that. Especially something about the past. We got another 2 here. Pay attention to the 2s. Let's bring those out. That's all about balance and harmony. And look at, we've got imbalance here. It's time to put that back into our lives. It's time to focus on that. Transform. This is a great time to transform. This is a good opportunity to do it. It's not all doom and gloom. There's hope here. And shine as brightly as the sun. Again, dark reflection. Not with the light. You see what I'm saying? Big messages for you here. Big messages. Let's look at love. Yeah, this is it's a lot of mental conflict that just needs to settle itself. A lot of drama going on around you, especially in relationships. You know, do you need to focus on that? Yeah, yeah, look at this. Very telling. Another 2. Wow. Yeah, be patient with your process and set yourself free, especially from people that bring drama into your life. And that's the thing. Deception, you know. It's time to be strategic. Let's put people into our lives that are going to boost us instead of bring us down and put us out of balance. The 2 of Wands is making plans, being hopeful for the future. You're ready, especially for relationships, especially for really being truthful with yourself and saying, you know, sometimes I surround myself with some really shitty people, and I do it because I think that's all I deserve. That's a huge message for specifically some of you Aries out there. Interesting. All right, let's get messages of love. So be patient with this process. I know right now it seems a little wonky, but acceptance, everything happens for a reason. There it is. I mean, there it is. And second chance. This relationship deserves a second chance. Now, that brings a whole different light to this. The 2s, second chance, 2, indecisive. The 6 of Cups, something from the past. Okay, again, that's more specific for some of you Aries. Pay attention to that. And twin flame, this is a divine counterpart connection. Something's going on here. Twin flame, 2s. You see the 2s. The 2s have it for you. Interesting. All right, let's get what's the vibe and what they add to this. Thank you. Salty. I didn't know that card existed. That's awesome. Bitter, angry, and petty. Yeah. 5 of Wands puts you out of balance. Again, you know, that's my card. I'm salty. I just got called salty the other day. Oh, well. Chaos, upheaval, disaster, and downfall. All right, so that's what we've been focusing on. And you have to be truthful with yourself. Am I creating this chaos? Am I inviting it into my life because I'm too busy focused on it? And then it makes you salty? The only thing you can be this week is hopeful. Get inspired. Be optimistic and focus on success. Because this is very good about you taking care of business here and getting aligned instead of out of alignment. All right, closing message for you, Aries. Interesting. Love this for you. Let's get a closing message. Aha, awareness. Maintain awareness. Be present in every moment this week. So be aware of what's going on here. Where are you putting your focus? On doom and gloom and chaos and being salty and petty? Or are you going to be hopeful and focus on harmony and balance and filling your cup first? That's important for you this week, especially with all this energy shift going on. That full moon can bring some upheaval, and I understand that, but it's all for a reason for you to transform this. And some of you are giving a relationship a second chance. All right, Aries, that is going to do it for this week. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget the freaking weekend is posted midweek to give you the vibe for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And if you would like a tarot or astrology reading in person or online with me personally, you can go ahead and click the link in the description, and it'll bring you to my booking page. Aries, work on balance. Start with your chakras. Do the meditation I have out there, either the chakra meditation or the summer solstice. Either one will do you good, okay? And start your week right. And focus on balance. All right. I love you all. I will see you on the weekend. Taurus, welcome. It's Jeff here at Raise Your Vibration TV, and that means it's time for your weekly tarot reading. This tarot reading is going to be for July 7th all the way to July 13th. So welcome, Taurus. Hope you had a great holiday weekend, safe and sound, and had a good time. Hope you got a lot done. Hope you got some rest, Taurus, because you know what? We got some big stuff happening this week. Big stuff. And it's major heavy hitters. 3 of them. Not 1, not 2, but 3. So let's get to it. Thank you so much for being here. Let's talk about July 7th first. Uranus. Uranus is, to me, astrologically, is the lightning that discharges from the thundercloud. It has to discharge. In Tarot, it's the Tower card. So Uranus is moving into Gemini. Now, that's the only reason why I report this stuff, is when a planet, especially a slow-moving, heavy-hitting generational planet, which means that it affects the collective more than the individual, moves into Gemini. And this is massive. First of all, Uranus sits well in a fellow air sign. It rules Aquarius. So when it's in Gemini, a fellow air sign, there's Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. It sits well in there. It's okay. This is going to be like flash ideas coming to you individually. Communications are very, lightning fast. Things are going to be happening fast as far as ideas coming to you. Forging ahead. Things come to a crescendo this week on the world stage and on your own. So fair warning. A few days later on July 10th, we have a Capricorn full moon. Full moons, are an excellent time to release. Let's look at the full moon here. This is the culmination, realization, and also celebration. Yeah, I'm going to be using these in the readings to come. Different moon phase cards I made myself. So, yeah. And this full moon is happening in your 9th house. So this is about traveling. Going on a trip, maybe, planning on going on a trip, maybe revising some plans, all of a sudden maybe getting an impromptu invitation to go on a trip, but it's also about writing, publishing, thinking about going back to school, completing school for a lot of you. Capricorn is a very get it done, nose to the grindstone, put the work in, which is good. So you're putting in the work to release any old beliefs also. 9th house is old beliefs. It's also very spiritual, maybe becoming more disciplined, doing yoga, meditation, stuff like that. Higher mind things. Maybe you're joining a book club, something like that, okay? Now on the 13th, 3 days later, so these all happen in 3-day increments, July 13th, Saturn, the planet that is the karmic lesson teacher, Father Time, Chronos, limitations, restrictions. But the restrictions are necessary almost. It's fundamental to have that restriction. so you can grow a little bit. If you just let things grow in a perfect environment without any harshness to it, when you do put them in a harsh situation, they don't survive. That's the way you can kind of look at Saturn. At first, you're like, you son of a bitch. And then afterwards, it's like the teacher that was really hard on you in school, but turned out to be one of the most inspirational because it taught you a lesson, it taught you something about yourself. That's going retrograde in Aries. So we can still get things done. Maybe this is revisiting an idea that you had before, things coming full circle with the full moon. I mean, it's a lot of energy. So let's be aware of this, okay? So in any event, let's start the reading. Let's do our angel numbers for the week. Yes. And it's clarity with 543. Okay? Trust yourself this week, Taurus, and the universe to make the necessary changes to achieve your goals. Soon, you'll gain clarity about your life's purpose. Good. That realization portion of the full moon gives you some clarity. All right, let's get a message from your guides from the Energy and Spirit Oracle. All right. Angel Raul. Justice, Harmony, and Solutions. I think I've said this before. We've gotten this card before because I remember saying this looks like my son Josh. I mean, it looks just like him. When he's cleaned up. Right now, he's just a garage rat building demo cars. He's just a big boy. Just a 34-year-old, 10-year-old. You know what I mean? If you can picture that. But anyway, Angel Raul is showing some solutions here. Clarity, justice, and harmony. Let's read about it, shall we? Let's do it. Angel Raul, 36. All right, this card heralds good news. Raul is the angel of justice and harmony. He brings fairness and compassion to difficult situations and relationships with others. A personal or work conflict could be clearing up soon. Perhaps someone has been annoying or agitating you. Even hurtful or hostile situations will be on the mend. Some difficulties may have been an undercurrent of your life for a long time, creating a deep sense of injustice in you. If so, now is the time to change things. Speak your truth and make reasonable and honoring requests. Your soul longs for you to heal your relationships with yourself and others, and Raul is here to help. Whether it's your spouse, your boss, a coworker, or a friend, this card is telling you that you do have the power to heal the energy of that relationship. Raul blesses your intentions to live in true harmony. And the affirmation is this: I deserve harmony in my life. I call on Raul to help me bring greater peace to all my relationships. Boom. So this is clarity about relationships in some form or fashion with you or yourself. Oh, let's get, almost forgot the new feature, the Shadow Work Oracle cards. Really love these. Really love these. I really am digging my new decks. In fact, I got to update my deck list big time, so you can benefit from them too. All right, let's get your shadow card that we got to be aware of. Wow, look at that. Unmasking truth. The eye sees only what the mind is prepared to know. Interesting. And this is about self-examining. So be self-examining this week. You may be uncovering some revelations, clarity, solutions, unmasking clarity and solutions. You see how that all fits together? I fucking love it. I hope you do too. All right. I see a card flipped over. I see a couple of them. Jeffrey. All right, what else do we have for Taurus for this week? Let's get the vibe. Ooh, there it is. I see lots of pentacles. Ooh, look at the Justice card is out again. The scales. You cannot make this shit up, guys. Pay attention. Pay attention. Your guides want to... Oof, wow. Wow, this is good. Yeah, there's a slow and steady energy here for you, Taurus, for this week. All right, so no need to rush. No need to be the bull in the china shop this week. Not at all. Wow. This is great energy. This could be something about a new job. Maybe you're opening yourself to bigger possibilities. Maybe you've gotten stagnant in your work and now you're ready to move on. This is something you've been waiting for. This is things working out for you, especially when it comes to work relationships. The Ten of Swords is saying, first of all, we're not taking arrows anymore. We've trusted our inner guidance. I hope you are using your inner guidance. You have the answers inside. Trust that inner voice instead of the mental, it seems like the mind's always trying to talk you out of what you want or what you need. The sun is shining as brightly as the sun. That's really all you need to do this week, and all this energy shift is just be you. Get outside and ground. There's a huge thing about grounding too, and I think we talked about that like maybe last week's reading or the freaking weekend. So yeah, everything's hanging here in a balance. The scales, the truth, clarity, things coming to light. Page of Pentacles also brings in money. Brings in an opportunity for money, but this is an opportunity to ground, to balance things out. Knight of Pentacles is slow and steady. Let's not race through this. This is a time where we kind of reflect. I told you that during the summer we were going to have to do this. All right. Three of Wands is something you've been waiting for, and the Nine of Pentacles is putting the work in, and you planted the seeds. And with slow and time, time and energy, they bear fruit. So something is ready to pop here, which is good. Really good. Now, let's get some oracles. Lover's card. Okay, so you are resilient. Take down your walls, please. Okay. Use your spiritual strength. Again, 9th house. Moon, the full moon is happening this week in your 9th house, and that's about your spiritual strength. Accelerated motion. Things will take off, absolutely, when you empower yourself. Take your power back, especially when it comes to relationships. Again, this could be work relationships, personal, but there's something definitely in the works here, and things that are going to be evened out. And I also see the reflection here of 36 with the Empress and the Lover's card. 36. Just wanted me to point that out to you. Also 369. So we're manifesting stuff here. 9s, 6. We got 3s. We have 3 9s. Look at that. We have 3 9s. I knew they were making me pay attention to the numbers to make the connections. And what's that? Don't give up. Release. Let go. To get to the 10 of Swords there. Pay attention to the messages. All right. Let's get some love. Wow. My left ear kind of muffled when I said let's talk about love. Wow, look at that. Look at that. The 10 of Swords again. So yeah, we're done taking arrows for shitty relationships. We're done beating ourselves up about this. We're done. We're just done. The Empress, again, pay attention to 333. After a while, you're going to know all these angel numbers. Growth, creativity, and divine support, guys. What a fucking reading. And look at that, the Knight of Cups, and you take the offer. 2 of Cups to the Lovers here. Wow. Foster the growth in you and in your partner and all your relationships. Solutions. Harmony is finally coming into balance when you focus on it, when you get the clarity you need. Wow. All right. Let's get some messages of love. What else are they adding or telling us about this relationship? That seems like we're letting go of the past. Your soul remembers this intense connection. Seems like you're letting go of some of those anchors because here and now, your true love is already a part of your life. Not then, okay? An awakening. Someone is undergoing a spiritual transformation. A lot of spiritual strength. The Hermit card. That is full moon realizations there. Unbelievable. Okay. Let's get, what's the vibe? We're just throwing everything at it, don't you? I love the way this all comes together now with these new decks. I love it. All right, let's see what else we have. Puzzled, confused, perplexed, and conflicted. Okay? Maybe still focusing on the past. It's pointing to the past, you know? Stagnant, yeah. Stuck, dead zone, and frozen. Maybe that's unmasking the truth, is that all of this is because we're still holding on to something in the past, and the full moon would be a great time to let it go. You know, I'm actually going to keep that card out because it is a full moon. All right, and love affair. Dirty little secret. Ooh, a sex fix. Ooh, or DL down low. Now listen. Listen, you dirty. You don't want to be somebody's dirty little secret. All right, that's a Melissa Etheridge song, and you don't want to be somebody's dirty little secret. I know a lot of you are like, please, but be careful what you manifest, all right? I mean, you could, if that's what you want. If you just need a sex fix, you know, I say, want some, get some. You know, but yeah. You may be thinking if this hookup is now turning into, I'm copping feels. Oh boy, I'm Taurus. You'll find the solution though. You'll get the clarity you need this week. Definitely. That's definitely in the works about relationships here. Now, it all comes down to the final message, which is compassion. And all you need to do is focus. Okay, there we go. Embrace others' differences, and accept your own imperfections. Flaws and all. You know what I mean? You may be experiencing that. But there's solutions coming and clarity with this full moon, shining light on a lot of issues that have left you puzzled and stagnant. And a lot of you could be hooking up, shacking up. Shacking up is all you want to do, you know? I don't know. Relationships look very Fleetwood Mac-ish, you know? You can go your own way. Stuff like that, you know? Or it could be your Silver Springs. Your choice. All right, Taurus. Have a great week. I love you all. Don't forget the freaking weekend. You better watch that. All right? And yeah, want a personal reading? Let's hook up in person or online. Not this way. I don't want to be your dirty little secret, although maybe. I don't know. If you want a reading with me in person or online, we can do that. Click the link in the description and it'll bring you to my booking page. Taurus, love you so much. Have a great full moon. Oh, and get some. Gemini, welcome. It's Jeff here at Raise Your Vibration TV, and that means it's time for your weekly tarot reading. And this tarot reading is going to be for July 7th all the way to July 13th. So welcome, Gemini. Hope you enjoyed your holiday weekend. It's kind of weird, wouldn't you say? Just a little off, and there's a few things for that. We had Neptune go retrograde. We had Venus move into Gemini. We had huge solar flare activity leading up to this weekend that really shook the Schumann resonance for this weekend. Check that out Thursday and Friday. Check out some videos on TikTok and YouTube explaining how the Schumann resonance totally fucking peaked out. And the collective energy is like, yeah, it's just a weird kind of, everyone was just, I was not in my element. I'll tell you that right now. Was just not, I don't know. It just didn't feel right. Like I had this thing going for a couple months that I'm going to have a great 4th. I always have some kind of 4th of July get together. Either it's just with family or I'm cooking, for the masses in some shape or capacity. But so I was all into this. I'm going to go out downtown. We're going to go, go see the fireworks because we live by Lake Erie and they have a great fireworks display. And multiple places on different nights, so we have a great advantage there for the 4th of July. And I didn't do any of that. I didn't even invite anybody over. I enjoyed, which I was totally shocked by, being by myself and being okay with that and just going, no, I don't feel like, not that I wanted people around, but it's like my energy was telling me to just stay with you, be with you, and for a single person, that's easy to do and sometimes very difficult to do. I don't find any difficulty in it at all. I just, roll with the changes. There, I pay attention now. You have to. So take heed, is that you have to pay attention to if your energy is like, things aren't lining up the way they should, or when they do come to your, your reality, it's kind of like, no, I'm not in that. I'm not feeling that. It was just a very odd weekend. And I'm still, I'm recording this on Sunday, so I have had a great weekend of solitude and doing things by myself, which is just not the normal. And you want to talk about not normal. Let's talk about this week, Gemini. We've got 3 major big things going on this week. So I hope you got some rest. July 7th kicks it off with a massive shift with Uranus, the planet of sudden changes, revolution, eureka, buzz, bzz, electric energy. In my view, in astrology, Uranus is the lightning that discharges from the thundercloud. It's electric. It's electric. Yeah, we're going to all be doing the electric slide this week. We're really trying to. I just think of the little Japanese girl that's like in the school play and she's crying and she's still doing the dance moves. That is this week's energy. That's this week's energy, guys. It really is. Uranus is a big heavy hitter. It's massive. It's moving into Gemini. It's moving into your sign. We've got Venus and Uranus in Gemini here. This is a big deal, especially for you. A lot of things could come to the forefront. I'm going to tell you, as far as the world stage, a lot of things are going to be like new technology may be revealed, communications of all kinds. We are going to find some stuff out that is going to be a what the fuck moment if you've ever seen it. You heard it here first. Okay. So Uranus moving into Gemini is a massive big deal. And we can use this energy by getting inspired. This energy is like the eureka moment, the aha, the light bulb going off over you, lots of ideas and communication flowing. Be careful with that, Gemini. It can make you very manic. So calm that energy. Harness that electricity. That electric discharge that Uranus is giving you needs to be harnessed in some way, okay? Look at it that way. Very good. All right, now, 3 days later, July 10th, we have a full moon, which is a time of culmination, realization, and celebration, and also a time to release and let go, doing the spiritual work. I'm going to put that right there. So we have a full moon going on. Yeah, I made moon phase cards. I'm going to be using those in different readings, but yeah, going to be using those. I'm just creating like a mofo. All right, so the full moon's in Capricorn, and this is going to be shedding light in your 8th house of spirituality, sexuality. Oof. Very down-to-earth, practical, Capricorn is let's get to work. Let's get serious about it. Get serious about your healing. The 8th house is about healing. The 8th house also reflects your worth. Maybe you're having a lot of realizations on what's going on behind the scenes, okay? And taking a practical, pragmatic approach to it, all right? Now, 3 days later, July 13th, Saturn, the planet of limitations, restrictions, obstacles, lesson teacher, necessary. I'm sure we all had that one teacher that was very hard on us, or that boss that was very hard on us, and they drew something out of us. They were grooming us for a better position. And we just didn't know it at that time. That's what Saturn does. And that's going retrograde in Aries. So this is, slowing down, easing the frustration a little bit. It all depends on how it floats, but this is a lot of energy happening all at once in 3-day increments. You know what I mean? So just be aware of that, Gemini. We've got some conflicting energies going on here. Harness that Uranus energy. Harness the Uranus. Okay. Let's get your angel numbers and get this show on the road. Take a step with 535. Let go of old beliefs and patterns that no longer serve you. Prepare to step out of your comfort zone in order to grow and expand. Yeah. The full moon, the Uranus shift into your sign is going to have you step out of your comfort zone. Again, it's like that teacher that pushes you to have you grow. And we were just talking about that. So we're going to get a message from your guides here to start the week off with the Energy and Spirit Oracle. So let's get that. What do we have for Gemini for this week, please? Can I get a message for Gemini for this week, please? Thank you. All right, now, number 13 with confusion. Now, we've got many paths to take, many choices, and uncertainty. And I just I wonder if I still have the card here. Yes, the unknown. It's funny how that card is just at the top there because I love this quote. Uncertainty is the only certainty there is. So with this confusion, with this uncertainty, all you can do is be like, I don't know where I'm going. I sure the fuck know where I've been. It kind of sounds like a Whitesnake song, but I'm doing it. And I know that the universe provides me. Everything works out in my favor. I no longer focus on confusion. I focus on certainty. That uncertainty is the only certain thing there is. Remember that, okay? Now let's do a shadow work card because I just did a reading for somebody, not for somebody, but for the channel, and that card came out, and it made me think of the uncertainty there. That's all that matters. That's all there is. So you can be certain of the uncertainty, but take the step. Get rid of old beliefs that keep you confused. All right, let's get your shadow work card. Yes. Authentic self. Be yourself this week. Everyone else is already taken. So stand in your uniqueness. Embrace your individuality. Take the step to grow and expand. Fucking love it. Love the way these readings are shaping up, using the different decks. And I really like the visual layout of it too, because while you're watching this, it's kind of burning into your subconscious and really helping you evolve and move forward and raise your vibration. That's what I'm all about, folks. Let's get the vibe for you, Gemini. What is up this week? Two of Pentacles, juggling, finances. This full moon also has to do with finances for you. Look at that. Anything else? No. Yeah, look at that. Okay. So right now, again, we're in uncertainty. And I think we really need to open up to abundance. I think that's what this is, the Nine of Cups is all about, is opening up to abundance and allowing the universe to bring it to you. You have to believe that you are worthy of it. That's the only way it's coming to you. And there's a certain part of surrender that says, that's what brings in the confusion, is that you try to control. You have to know. And you don't need to know. You just need to take the steps to get there. That's it. Simplify your process this week. The Two of Pentacles sees that you're juggling a lot here. This full moon, this extra energy, it's extra. But there's something you've been waiting for. An offer is coming in with the Knight of Cups here. Definitely. Some kind of offer, news, messages that really can open you up. I'm telling you, you need to step out of the confusion and embrace your individuality and take the steps for growth. This full moon is allowing you to do that and really opening up to abundance, because there's a finance vibe to this. Okay. Interesting. All right. So let's get out of the confusion. We pick up beliefs and patterns. We've witnessed the world at different stages and ages of our life. And we don't realize that sometimes we still hold on to those beliefs from 17-year-old Jeff or 12-year-old Jeff or even 3-year-old Jeff. And they don't gel well with where you're going. You're constantly evolving into this authentic self of yours, you know? And I think what's going on here now is that you're realizing that, you know, you're trying to still hold on to these beliefs and they no longer work for you. Yeah, look at that. Mental conflict. Another 2. Lots going on here. And this, you know, this big major shift with Uranus into your sign is really going to, you know, hopefully alleviate some of that and kind of give you a fresh approach to how things are going to go. Yeah, using your inner wisdom and having faith that the universe provides. And working on your heart chakra, because that is the in-between between the lower 3 chakras and the higher 3. And without this open and functioning properly, energy stagnates. And then the top 3, which have to do with your mental capacities, speaking, communicating, seeing, hearing, thinking, processing, doesn't get that energy and it starts to freak out. Okay? So just be aware of that. Open your heart. Practice forgiveness. Forgiveness is the highest form of healing. So remember that, Gemini. Okay? All right. Let's look at love. Let's look at love. Page of Wands. Yeah, you're taking, especially when it comes to relationships, you're taking things way too seriously. You need to lighten up. There's an opportunity here to change. Absolutely. Look at all the, oh, wow. Look at this. Interesting. Gemini, look at all these pages. See, we need to be childlike. That's what I really think. You know what I mean? There's opportunities here. Opportunities in love, opportunities in change and growth, and opportunities actually with money. I'm telling you, you could be opening up to more prosperity. You could be realizing that it's time for a change. And growth is certain. And then I find it really odd that the 3 of Wands is out in your relationship reading and you have 3 pages here. Interesting. So what this is saying is opening your heart up to the many possibilities here. Again, it's opening up. It's opening up. Open up. That's the big thing. Take a step. Your confusion and your uncertainty has got you locked. It's time to release yourself of that. And this full moon in your 8th house is actually allowing this healing to take place. I'm going to say pay attention to 3, 3, 3. We got 3 pages, 3 of Wands and 3 of Wands here. So what's this all about, folks? It's growth, creativity, and also divine support. I'm going to call it. I'm going to do the 3, 3, 3 for that. Because it just goes along with the reading here. Okay? Interesting. Let's get messages of love. Ooh. Is that it? Yep. Mastery. You've learned the spiritual lesson. It could be today that your mental conflict is caused because you are still holding on to old beliefs and patterns that no longer serve you, and they need to be let go in order to move forward this week. Here and now, your true love is already a part of your life. Pay attention to what's going on around you. Let's add to this. What's the vibe with this relationship? So single Geminis could be meeting a younger group of friends that you're going to hang out with, which is really good. Something you've been waiting for. I'm telling you, the 3s have it. All right. Let's use this new deck and see what we got. What do we have for Gemini? What else can we add to this with this odd combination of these 3 pages? I mean, for all those to come out like that, first thing they want to show you is waves, emotions, worry, and fear. It's time to release all that. It's basically giving you the laundry list of what you need to do. Go by the lake or water whenever you can and release your doubt, your worry, and your fear. Archangel Michael is showing itself, showing you that you are protected prevented from harm and divine intervention. We have divine support and divine intervention here with Archangel Michael. Wow. Helping you cut all cords from the past and old beliefs and all of that. And this is actually a glow up for you with new opportunities, maybe a new career. Or say, all right, so some of you, and in a successful business. I love that. Now, let's get a closing message for you, Gemini, from the Cosmic Energy Oracle. Okay. Collaboration. Collaboration achieves greater goals. Again, there are 3 people there, a 4th to the side, but the 3 are together. You've got the 3 pages here. You've got the 3 threes. Pay attention to that. Maybe collaboration. Moving into this, being your authentic self. And the best message for this week for you, Gemini, is trust. Trust your intuition. The universe guides you. In order to get what you want, you have to trust that it's on its way to you. And you let go of the anticipation, the expectation, anything like that, and allow it to come into your life. Gemini, this was an awesome reading for an awesome week of energy for you. I hope you like it. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget, always watch The Freakin' Weekend to give you the vibe for the weekend. That's posted midweek. And if you would like a personal tarot or astrology reading, I am taking bookings in person or online. All you have to do is click the link in the description and it'll bring you to my booking page. Gemini, lots of energy coming your way. Get ready. You got this. And I will see you on the weekend. Cancer, welcome. It's Jeff here at Raise Your Vibration TV, and that means it's time for your weekly tarot reading. This tarot reading is going to be for July 7th all the way to July 13th, so welcome, Cancer. Hope you are doing well. Hope you are vibing and thriving, of course, always, 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 and I hope you enjoyed your weekend. I hope you got some rest. I really do, because this week is a bitch. So let's get to it. First of all, let's talk about this weekend, okay? And let me know in the comments. Okay, did this weekend do a massive shift for you? I'm talking on my personal experience. My energy shifted and I was aware of it. Very aware of what was going around me. It was about mid-afternoon on Thursday. And then as the day progressed and turned into Friday, it was a whole different vibe. It was a weird vibe. You know, that Neptune going retrograde, really, you could feel that. Like there was an illusionary, what the fuck is going on here? Not only that, but the Schumann resonance, I keep saying residence, resonance was off the chart for like 12 hours. Go and check out some of the videos about that. It's no bullshit, you know. The Schumann resonance is the heartbeat of the planet. And of course, we are in rhythm with that. The hertz of the earth is the same hertz that our heart gives off. We are connected in that way. It's beautiful. And when we get bombarded with solar energy, like we have been, it makes the Schumann resonance go off the fucking scale. And this weekend, especially Friday, you know, there was massive flooding, all of that. That is part of all of that energy. But my energy shifted. Like I was ready to, you know, and you can check out the week readings and the weekend is that I was all gung ho. I'm going to party. Who's got all this money for all this meat I'm going to, grill. I did none of that. I did not go down to the pier to go see the fireworks. I didn't do any of that. My energy, my guides, I don't know what it was, but something was leading me to just go solo, be solitary. You don't need all of that. You need you. You need this moment, and you can only experience this moment when you're by yourself. Now, I've been single for quite a while, and I don't get lonely. I get FOMO once in a while. I feel fear of missing out on something, but I'm really not, you know. Once in a while I get that. But again, I correct my energy. I'm like, why are you feeling this way? You know, when I am just so in tune with myself. And I Had a great weekend. I'm recording this Sunday morning. So I can tell you in all honesty, I had a fucking great weekend by myself. It was fantastic. And of course, I visited and did a lot of things. My parents, my sister, all of that. My kids, my son, hung out with my son. So, it was that. But usually I'm the one throwing the party and nope. I had to go with the energy. So let's talk about this week. July 7th, massive energy shift. Huge. Uranus, the planet of rebellion, shakeups. It rattles your cage on purpose. It's revolutionary. It's electric. Okay? You can look at Uranus as the Tower card in the tarot. I experience Uranus and teach Uranus as electric energy. It is the energy discharging out of the thundercloud. It is lightning striking. And it's moving into Gemini. It does well in air signs because it's a ruler of Aquarius. But holy shit. On the world stage, we are going to hear massive news coming out. Mind-blowing, like holy fuck news. We're going to be bombarded with it. It's going to be coming out. Hold on to your hats, folks. It's about to get really crazy. On a personal level, you could be revisiting ideas. You can get these massive downloads. These sparks of inspiration. A lot of artists out there. No more writer's block. And if you have writer's block with this energy shift, you're fucking up. You got it all wrong. You know what I mean? Open up to this energy. It's the eureka. It's the aha moments. It's the light bulbs going off over our heads. Massive shift. Maybe in a physical sense, earthquake material, weather. But big major news is coming out that's just going to rock us all. You heard it here first, okay? July 10th. 3 days later, we have a full moon in Capricorn. Fuck. Very serious. And this is a great time. This is when culmination happens, realization, and also celebration. Howling at the moon. Do you got anything to howl at the moon about? It's also an excellent time to release. And this is happening in your 7th house of relationships. Shit. You opening up to relationships? Are things coming to a head with your relationships? Is there going to be a massive shift in your relationships and that aha moment comes to you? Yes, absolutely. But this also has to do with the relationship with yourself because the 7th house is opposite the 1st, which is the self. So you're striking that balance. You're getting rid of the bullshit. It's time to get to work. Capricorn says get to work. All right. Now, 3 days later, on July 13th, Saturn, the planet of karma, lessons, obstacles, limitations, restrictions, ruler of Capricorn, the full moon, is going retrograde in Aries. Fuck. So now we have Uranus putting full speed on the gas and Saturn pounding on the brake. And you got a carload of kids. I gotta pee. When are we getting there? Can we just go? You're going too slow. When are we getting there? I'm hungry. The dog just pissed on me. I mean, that's the week, okay? And for you, Capricorn, for you, Cancer, it's going to be centering a lot on relationships and the boom, the drama and all of it. Does it have to be? No. Let's get your angel numbers. Let's start this. Changes with 454. Embrace change and take courageous steps to unlock opportunities for personal growth and spiritual transformation this week. Changes. Turn and face the strange changes. This energy's gonna fuck you up, Cancer man. Changes. Turn and face the strange. Especially, Uranus is very strange. Your guides, your ancestors are telling you, hey, listen, man, we're on your side here. Historical connections and purposes. Connect to your ancestors. You have so many different lives with so many different relationships from past lives that are kind of stepping forward to helping you get through this. And it's just showing, this could be a confirmation that if you've been thinking about some of your people that have passed on, that's a message to say, hey, we're with you. We're rolling with you with these changes. Be aware of that you are never alone in doing this by yourself. You have support. Now, let's work on our shadow work this week. What do we have to be aware of? Big week. I'm telling you. Massive energy, massive shifts. All right, hidden desires. Your deepest desires hold the seed of your potential. So there's longing, passion, and feeling fulfilled. Love the artwork on this. I love vector art. But so there's some hidden desires that need to come forward. And you need to make those changes. The full moon makes you realize that. I've got a longing. I've got a passion for this. I want to move forward. Roll with the changes. All right. Let's get the vibe, Cancer. Let's see what we got for you this week. Thank you so much for being here. Well, let's do this. What do we have for Cancer this week? Oh, shit. Goddamn. All right. Here it is, folks. Fuck. 7 of Pentacles. Only put your energy and focus into things that are going to pay off this week. You're going to be distracted by a lot. You got these hidden desires, these seeds of passion. Nurture them. How? With some sun and some groundings. Getting outside. You really need to ground. You really need to connect with that solar energy. Shine as brightly as the sun. Knight of Cups. An offer comes in. Hey now. Messages coming in. A chance. Maybe a relationship. 3 of Cups. Friend group. Celebrating. Family. That kind of thing. An offer comes from a friend. Changes happening here? What is this? Interesting. The main message for you is shine as brightly as the sun. Connect with that solar energy. The weather here has been fucking perfect to do that. And I have the only time I've been in the house is recording these videos. That's it. That is it. I have been outside petering around in my garden, planning things. Oh my God, look at all these cards coming out. Wow. All right. Focus, Jeff. All right. Base chakra, my security. I feel safe. I feel secure. I am no longer in surviving mode. I am in thriving mode. The earth supports me. Emotionally withdrawal. Again, only put your attention and focus onto things that pay off. Especially when it comes to relationships. All right. Now we have the 9s have it here. Spiritual strength and solitude with the Hermit and the 9 of Wands. Bring down your walls. Be vulnerable. Be open to relationships. The Sun card again. Focus on the light and material and spiritual prosperity. Act as if you already have it. You know what I'm saying? You're just in your element. I love that. And, you know, again, that Hermit card is just like, it's all right. You're a hermit, you know, you're a hermit crab, you know, so that there's nothing wrong with that. But it's still getting that equal amount of light for you. That's important. And to focus on that. And don't, you know, lock yourself up away. Don't, again, here we are. Don't be tempted to pass up an opportunity that's available to you here. Pay attention. You're too busy and mired in shoulda, woulda, coulda in the past when you're not even open to see the opportunity ahead of you because your arms are crossed, your legs are crossed, you're looking down, and that's got you trapped. The Six of Swords is you're moving on. You're making some progress here. It's time for some changes, especially when it comes to your mental attitude, and you deserve so much more. Page of Cups is bringing in an offer here. Again, Page of Cups, Knight of Cups, offer and love. See, he's offering you that cup and you're not taking it. Let's see why. Let's get some messages of love. They'll let us know. So this energy is going to be extra. So first one is obstacles. Unhealed wounds are blocking forward movement. Absolutely. Absolutely. Longing. Someone is secretly yearning for you. So again, longing. What's going on here? Are you longing for somebody? I'm telling you, something's up. Second chance. This relationship deserves a second chance. All right. So don't turn your back on an opportunity here. That's a strong message for some of you. And twin flame, this is a divine counterpart connection. Again, you can feel safe and secure in that fact. You just got to make some changes. I think the changes is that you're just not open to the fact that really, that could be me. Really, that could, I don't know. What's the vibe? Psychopath. Abusive, conniving, and unpredictable. The devil here. Is that you? What's going on here? You know? What's going on here? I think that's your shadow. Stopping you from all of this that you can open up to. Epiphany. Absolutely. Self-reflection, answered questions, and untapped talents. That is a big message for a lot of you Cancers because this energy is shifting, and Uranus and Gemini bring plenty of epiphanies. And vacay. Get away, relax, and have fun. That's what you need to do this week. Okay? Let's get a closing message for you. There it is. Oop. I gave you an extra one too. Compassion. Yes. Embrace others' differences. Accept your own imperfections. That's a great full moon in the 7th house issue right there. Embrace others' differences and accept your own imperfections instead of being a psychopath and convincing yourself that you are unworthy of anything. That's fucking ridiculous. Freedom. Freedom comes from inner liberation, not outer. And this Uranus energy is huge for you this week. All right, Cancer, that's going to do it. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hang on to your hats, kids. Love you so much. Watch the freaking weekend. Book your tarot and astrology reading with me. Links in the description. You know how it goes. Listen, Cancer, there's some changes on the horizon. You got to be open to them. There's an opportunity here, and if you've really got to get over it, you're being guided to do that because this is something that you really, really want, and you're denying yourself that. You get a second chance at it this week. All right. Hang in there, Cancer. Love you all, and I will see you on the weekend. Leo, welcome. It's Jeff here at Raise Your Vibration TV, and that means it's time for your weekly tarot reading. This tarot reading is going to be for July 7th all the way to July 13th. So welcome, Leo. Hope you are doing well. Hope you had a safe and happy and fun and relaxing 4th of July weekend, because, folks, you are going to need it, because this week we have 3 major, huge things going on, and they're nothing to fucking balk about, okay? So let's talk about it. July 7th. Someone just texted me because I'm recording now, and then before I go to the center this afternoon on Saturday, I'm going to stop at my friend's house, and I said I'll bring coffee, and she goes, sounds great, black like my men, because I said I'd bring coffee. Oh, she's a hoot. All right. Love you, Shannon. Okay, so July 7th, we have Uranus, the planet of sudden change, revolution, massive. It's like the tower moment in astrology. I mean, in tarot. In astrology, it's the lightning discharging from the atmosphere that when you're close to lightning striking, and this is what they've said about people that were near a lightning strike, is that the hair on your arms stand up, everything prickles up, the charge in the air, and then that's Uranus, okay? But it fares well in Gemini, an air sign, because it rules Aquarius. So it does all right in Gemini, which is going to bring a lot of communication up, all of a sudden, boom. It could be massive shift. As far as out there in the real world, I can't wait to see how this is going to come out. Maybe some huge news about something that's going to affect the world. You heard it here first, okay? Now, a few days later, on July 10th, we have a full moon in Capricorn. Oof, that's pretty serious shit. When it's in Capricorn, it's pretty serious. It's very grounding. It's very humbling. And this is happening in your 6th house. So this is all about daily routine. What are you doing in your daily routine that could use a good fucking cleanup? Are you exercising more? Are you being disciplined? Capricorn is all about discipline, self-discipline, getting things. Did you ever see the goat climbing the sheer mountainside? It's so goddamn steep, and they're just holding on with their little hoofs. That's determination. That's, skill, precise placement. That's what this full moon is bringing. And when it's in your 6th house, it's being disciplined with yourself. No more doom scrolling, No more sugar treats. You being disciplined and saying, no, it's time to get to work. And this full moon can be bringing things to light that will allow you to do this. And not only that, the 6th is opposite the 12th. So this is about your mindset too, and being disciplined on your mindset and being very, very, very positive and motivating to yourself. Okay? It's actually kind of motivating energy. Now, 3 days later, on the 13th, Saturn, the planet of karma, restrictions, limitations, lessons, the teacher that you never liked until afterwards, and like, wow, that dude really fucking was hard on me, but it was worth it. That's what Saturn is, and it's going retrograde in Aries. So we have the drive and stuff to really kind of look back and what's going on here. Saturn also rules Capricorn. So this is, all right, let's slow down a little bit. Let's refine our routine. See how that all kind of fits for you, Leo? Interesting, but with 3 major energy shifts going on in the week. Oof. Let's get our angel numbers, shall we? Look at that. Look at that, baby. Empowerment. 898. Stand in your power, Leo, to embrace your true potential with confidence. Did I say potential? Potential. This is empowerment. This is like the Emperor, Empress card. Now, let's get a message from our guides from the Energy and Spirit Oracle. See what's going on this week with all this crazy energy. The full moon, Saturn going retrograde, Uranus moving into Gemini. That's a huge, massive collective shift. You watch what happens on the world stage. You watch. Okay, animal totems, number 27. And this is all about animal energy and powers. So, again, empowerment, power. Pay attention to the animals that you see. Like I've been finding feathers. I found a black feather and a white feather. Just right in there in my path. Or in the yard, and it's sticking up, and that's all I see. That happened with the white feather the other day. So, pay attention to your animal totems and what they're telling you and teaching you this week. All right? Now, along with that, let's get a shadow work oracle. There it is. Boom. Shadow alchemy. Turn shadows into gold by shifting your awareness. Empowerment and rebirth. You cannot make this shit up. You cannot make this shit up. What are the messages here? Empowerment. Power. Wow. So right out of the gate, we're tapping into some power here. We're turning our shadows into even more empowerment and rebirthing this energy. It's almost like we're getting that miracle grow boost to grow right out of the ground. That is fucking incredible. I'm loving that. Because you know I'm a Leo too, so I mean, this is... How can 3 different cards all say the same thing? Fuck. I love my job. I really do. I really do. I really, really do. Oh, and look at that. Look at that. It's our card flipped right out. King of Wands. Change. Empowerment. Fucking A right. Holy shit. Let's get the vibe for this week. Wow. Let's get the vibe for this week. Look at that. The Emperor. Empowerment. You can't make this shit up, guys. You can't. You can't. Yeah. Look at that. Whew. What a great fucking reading already. I love it. Okay. What we have here is the Two of Pentacles in balance, trying to juggle a lot. Again, that focus on the full moon. Let's get disciplined. Let's get disciplined. Disciplined. Also getting physical. Let's get physical. Olivia Newton-John. But that is, you know, movement. The King of Wands and the Emperor is movement. Okay. Judgment is setting yourself free. More movement, more empowerment. It all comes down to Ace of Swords. That opposite the 6th house, the 12th house, your subconscious. I can do this. I welcome change. I empower myself. I deserve more and better. The King of Wands is making the change, stepping forward. That's that Leo energy, if I've ever seen it, personified. The Emperor is making moves, money moves, power moves, whatever it is. And 10 of Cups is focusing on joy, success, family, gratitude. More things to empower yourself by. Fuck. That is a great reading. I'm sorry I'm swearing a lot, but I mean, it just the message of empowerment is just incredible here. And a rebirth. Look at that. Spiritual strength, more empowerment, mental conflict. All right. So it's showing what we need to work on here. Very, 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 very telling. Wow. This is incredible. So the mental conflict, again, change the way you're looking at things. Let that go. Set yourself free. Spiritual strength, coming up with new solutions. You're resilient. And the heart chakra, opening your heart, which leads to the 10 of Cups week. All right, let's look at love. Wow. Love this. Damn. All right, let's look at love for Leo. Wow, the 10 of Cups out again. You can't make that shit up. Relationships are going to be wow. And I'm already showing the ending. The 10 of Pentacles again. I mean, this is a long-standing, stable relationship opening up to that. Let's pay attention to 10, 10, 10. Where is it? Yeah. Success, completion, payoff. Ooh. Ring that bell right there. Look at that. Pay attention. Look at the 10s. 3 10s here. God damn. But moving on. Definitely moving on. A lot of you Leos are getting out of this bullshit, setting yourself free, empowering yourself in strength. Look at that. Pay attention to 444. We got the fours here too. Where are the fours? With the Emperor and the Strength card. That's Leo energy right there. That's incredible. 444 is protection and stability. Yes, this Ten of Pentacles is also showing stability in relationships and focusing on that, because Queen of Cups regulates their emotions, trusts their intuition. Fuck, that's a great reading. That's a great reading. Let's get what's the vibe. Oh, no. We got to do messages of love. What am I doing? Okay. This friendship is leading to more. Okay. The Ten of Cups basically can show that. Three of Cups would make it really, 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 really evident. Balance. One person is giving too much in this relationship, and a lot of you are walking away from that. You got to find the balance. Maybe you're putting too much emphasis on relationships instead of just letting it be and coming to you. Look at that, soulmate. Your soulmate loves, accepts, and respects you. And this love is emotional, physical, and unconditional. Something's up here, Leo. Something's up. Could you be opening up to meeting somebody if you're single this week? This full moon can bring that out. You're going to be feeling very empowered this week. That's great. That's great. Now, let's get what's the vibe. This adds a little bit more to this. Let's see. There it is. Anything else? I think there's like one more in there. Okay, that's it. Oh my fucking God. I knew this was going to come out salty. I love this. And I got to show you with my new car, because I got a new car, a new vehicle, a SUV. Let me show you really quick. Wait, where did I send it? Where did I thought I sent that. I thought I sent a picture. I don't know if I have it. Let me see if I got it in my photos. There's a reason why. So hang on. Hang tight, Leo. But salty is definitely going on here. Okay, I do have a picture of it. This is the sticker I have on the back of my... That's the sticker I have on the back of my red Ford Bronco. Yeah. Yes. And let's let go of the bitterness, the angriness, and stop being petty. Stop being so salty. Okay? And Archangel Michael, protection, prevented from harm, and divine intervention. So, Archangel Michael is at the helm here, protecting you, protection, stability. And the universe is divinely intervening here to bring you exactly what you want. Wow. That's a great reading. But don't be salty. Okay. Yes, look at that. Nurture others and also yourself. That's what you're doing this week. And it's important because there's going to be a lot of energy going around. So don't take it personally. All right? Leo, that was an incredible reading. I'm excited. I'm ready. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget, Leo, the freaking weekend is posted on Wednesdays or Thursdays. Gives you a good vibe for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I got you covered there. And if you would like a personal tarot or astrology reading with me, online or in person, I'm available for both. Go ahead and click the link in the description, and it'll bring you to my booking page. Leo, pay attention to the signs here. This is all about empowerment and really opening up to a beautiful relationship of all kinds. Finally, it's here. Excellent. You deserve it. All right. I love you all, and I will see you on the weekend. Virgo, welcome. It's Jeff here at Raise Your Vibration TV, and that means it's time for your weekly tarot reading. And this tarot reading is going to be for July 7th all the way to July 13th. So welcome, Virgo. Hope you had a great weekend. Hope you got some rest. Hope you celebrated. Hope you got all the hot dogs and hamburgers and all the picnic treats you could have had, because we got one fuck of a week coming up. That's right. Okay, now let's talk about it, shall we? Gather around, everybody. Gather around. We're going to have a talk. First of all, on July 7th, Uranus, the planet of sudden change. You could look at Uranus as the tower in tarot. Phew. Just things falling, massive shakeup. It's massive. You could also look at it as the lightning that discharges from a thundercloud. It needs to make contact. It needs to bzzz, you know what I mean? It's an electric buzz. That's what I was taught by my teacher. It's bzzz, bringing that electric charge to everything. And it's moving into Gemini, so it's shifting from Taurus, an earth sign, to Gemini. It's much more comfortable here, and it could work in like getting inspired, a lot of writer blocks just unleashed, a lot of communication. On the world stage, I see some news hitting that's going to make everybody's jaw drop. You know what I mean? Lots of news coming out that's just going to be like, what? Wait, did they just say what? I mean, massive shift, okay? Now, to add insult to injury, 3 days later, July 10th, we have a full moon in Capricorn. Very serious, very down to earth. It could be a low-key full moon. Full moons are an excellent time to release stuff, and this is shining light on your 5th house. So it could go one or two ways here. You could be releasing about old relationships or getting rid of your current one. If you are single, you might be in the mood to mingle. Uranus moving into Gemini. Communications are just lightning speed, It's like going from landlines to fiber optic, you know what I mean, to Wi-Fi. Just boom, instantaneous. So be careful about flying off the cuff with your communications, okay? Excuse me, I just had to wet my whistle. All right, this full moon, again, is happening in your 5th house. So it's all about relationships, romance, all of that. If you're single, you could meet somebody on this full moon that weekend, and we'll talk more about that in the freaking weekend, okay? That's posted midweek. But yeah, it's an excellent time to, the full moon is a time to really enjoy yourself. I made some moon phase cards I'm going to use in some of the readings. I'm just going to keep this out to show that it's a full moon. So it's about culmination, realization, and celebration. Also, the full moon is a job well done, okay? Maybe you got grad parties and all of that scheduled around this time. But 5th house is just joy. It's sacral stuff, kid stuff. Enjoy yourself. Don't be so serious. You know what I mean? It's also about giving and receiving love. Now, 3 days later, on July 13th, Saturn, the planet of limitations, karma, the old teacher, wise teacher that seems like a thorn in your side, but actually was your saving grace in life, That's what Saturn does. It's the lesson teacher, and it's restrictive, and it's harsh, and it can be an obstacle to overcome. It's going retrograde. So it's kind of laying back on things so we can kind of revisit and make things work. It's like giving one more turn at the key of the motor, and all of a sudden it starts. See what I'm saying? But with those 3 energies, it's popping off this week. So be mindful of it. Energy is going to be high. You felt it this weekend. Don't tell me you didn't feel some kind of weird shift in energy. You already felt it. The Schumann resonance went crazy on the 4th of July. And it was a weird day, was it not? I think Thursday midday it shifted. And then Friday, it just kind of, but at the end of it, it seemed pretty good, but wow, what a weird shift. Yeah, big Schumann resonance frequencies. Look it up. It's pretty incredible about some of the coincidences that happened. All right, so we're getting your angel number card, Virgo, and it's all about empowerment with 898. Those are your numbers for the week. Stand in your power to embrace your true potential with confidence. Yes, the full moon is empowerment also. So pay attention to that. 898. Now, let's get a message from your guides for the week. We're getting this from the Angel and Spirit Oracle deck. I love adding all these new decks and little things, because I gotta make it more entertaining for you, because you're just seeing my fucking hands going, you know what I mean? And I need things laid out here as a visual representation so you can see this. This is actually ingraining in your subconscious as you're watching this or listening to this, you know what I mean? So I like the way that I have these set up. So I hope it works for you too. So let's get your message, Virgo. There it is. Which one? That one right there. Boom. Personal guides. Your guardian angel and spirit family are with you. I don't even really need to look up the meaning. I know these cards by heart now. But what this message is look at the eights also in here, the 3-8, 898. You have your guardian angel and your spirit family. And we do have a spirit family where there is like all kinds of different spirits, any talents that you have. It's like the top people that have passed on or have been influential with that which you do are there with you too. It's relatives, it's soul connections. It's a lot. Your spirit family is huge. Your guardian angel helps you with your manifestations, keeps you safe, keeps you guarded. And you know this at times, and you can probably feel that right now, is that you're celebrating the fact that you are actually making contact and having a good relationship with your guardian angel and spirit family and your personal guides. But what this is saying is feel more empowered and celebrate the fact that you have assistance at all times. All you have to do is ask. All right? I love that. Okay, now, another new feature is the shadow work oracle cards, and this is great. I've incorporated this deck in my personal readings with people and here, and I love the way that it turns out. I love it. So let's get a card that shows us what kind of shadow work we need to do for this week. And this one wants to come right out, and it's an emotional release. Perfect. This is an excellent time to do it with the full moon energy. Letting go creates space for new beginnings, absolutely, with catharsis, and purification. That's what we can accomplish this week using that energy. It will empower you, all right? Love it. And your personal guides are actually assisting you on how to allow this emotional release to continue, to happen. Maybe it's writing it down. Maybe it's saying it out loud. Kind of being a little bit of a ritual for you, a personal ritual. I like it already. All right, let's get... That's it. Wow. 4 cards. Whew. It's definitely something about the past that you're releasing. Okay? And this is also another signpost that says that love is all around you. All you have to do is ask. But this is releasing the past, especially because you have your walls up with the 9 of Wands. And it's also saying that you're resilient. You're strong enough with the 8. Another 8. That's the Strength Leo card. And the 2 of Pentacles is finally balancing this out, recalibrating your energy because it's off balance. So Virgo, the best way to empower yourself is to call on your personal guides, do some emotional release, and stand in your power. That's the best way to really access your true potential and confidence. The 8 Strength card is all about confidence. I am worthy. Wow, that's great energy. Really is. All right, let's get some oracles for you. Looks like an empowering full moon. I mean, there's a lot of fucking energy going on. So, give yourself a little credit. Give yourself a little bit of time. Yeah. Start manifesting. especially with these new beginnings when you're finally releasing the past and letting down your walls. And be patient. Start making the plans now for the recognition and reward that comes. Wow. The Two of Pentacles to the Three of Pentacles. All right, let's look at love for Virgo. Let's see. What do we got for love? What do we got for relationships? We're in a powerful position right now. Let's see how that's going to pan out. Very well, because we have... first of all, we have the Nine of Wands. So if you are lacking something in your relationship, it's because you're being defensive. It's because you're, usually we put up walls because we feel we have to defend ourselves. We don't feel strong enough to do it on our own. So we surround ourselves with a lot of barriers. You know what I'm saying? It's time to let that go. So this is walls up in your relationships. We have a lot of mature energy here. First of all, I want to put out the Emperor, okay? That's taking action, taking your power back in relationships. Again, empowerment. And we have the Emperor here. Your personal guides are helping you release that. But we have the King of Wands, embracing change, allowing change in our relationships. We got to do it better and different. And the Queen of Swords and the Queen of Pentacles, very good nurturing energies of saying what you want, speaking it out loud, emotionally releasing, And the Queen of Pentacles is feeling stable, secure. That's empowerment, So we have maybe two people coming together that are very empowered together. And with that energy meeting, wow, that's unbelievable. But change needs to come, and that's letting down your walls. So Virgo, let's get some messages of love. Let's see what else we have here. Yeah, that wants to come out. Intuition. You already know the answers you seek, especially when it comes to this relationship. You're being guided, but intuition is strong. Trust it. Use it. Warning. Don't dismiss the red flags here. The red flags are take down your walls this week. You have to. You have to show some vulnerability here. It's important. It's imperative. Okay? And leap of faith. It's safe to make the move you're considering. You're a lot wiser than you believe, and only create the best for yourself. You're creating space for new beginnings. This love is emotional, physical, and unconditional. Again, you could be stepping into the one, like the relationship that you have been manifesting, that you've been wanting. And it's not coming to you unless you know you are worthy of deserving it, of receiving it. You have to be patient. You can be a little impatient when it comes to this, but it's true. Okay. First of all, Archangel Michael is showing up to give you protection, preventing you from harm, and also divine intervention. I love that. Again, your personal guides are showing themselves. Archangel Michael just may be your guardian angel, guiding you with his shield and his sword. I love that. Powerful message. Antisocial. You're too much in your feelings. Maybe you're giving people the silent treatment and you're feeling left out. Well, if you give them the silent treatment, warning, if you're going to be antisocial, don't ask why you're alone, and running, escape, denial, and making excuses. It's time to take care of it. That's the warning here. These two right here. And warning, don't take for granted that Archangel Michael's helping you release the past. That's what this is all about this week, is releasing the past to empower you and open you up to a better future with your relationships. Absolutely. Let's get a closing message, Virgo, because that was intense. I'm sweating. And it's quite cool in here, Shit. I'm heated. But this energy this week is going to be... It's going to be a little difficult to navigate, but you are being guided. I'm telling you, you've got all the right people on your side And all you need all you need this week is confidence. Focus. Believe in your worth and your abilities. That's big for you this week. All right, Virgo, enjoy your full moon. For a lot of you, it can be a very romantic time. I see a lot of stargazing out on the grass and picnics, laying on the grass, a lot of that. Just lay me down in the tall grass and let me do my stuff. Bow, 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 bow. Okay, all right. Virgo, have a great full moon. Pay attention, and you can do this, and you got this. Release. Archangel Michael is helping you release. All right, I love you all. Have a great week, and I will see you on the weekend. Libra, welcome. It's Jeff here at Raise Your Vibration TV, and that means it's time for your weekly tarot reading. And this tarot reading is going to be for July 7th all the way to July 13th. Libra, hold on to your hats, baby. I hope you had a very, very restful and lovely weekend, because it's about to get a little iffy. It's getting a little sus out there. Now, you could probably tell by the energy from this weekend that things were just a little off. Let me know in the comments if you felt that. Weird weather. Schumann resonance was off the scale for hours. I think a 12-hour period. Look it up. It was crazy. And I think people sensitive like me really felt that. And I did. And it wasn't like an impending doom. It was just like, ooh, something's happening. And I had really weird ear ringing, like it was a low tone deep in my head, and it almost felt like it was resonating up against metal. It was like, boo, like, and it felt like a pressure change. That's another thing. It felt a lot of pressure changes. It was bizarre. Thursday afternoon all the way till like Saturday morning. And like right now, I'm recording this Sunday morning, and things feel a little better. But I'm still in this. Be aware of you. Like this weekend, I was planning on doing all sorts of things, because 4th of July was on Friday, and I'm sure you heard me all excited about what I was going to do. I was going to have a party and all this. No, I didn't. I just didn't. Something told me around Wednesday, Thursday, I don't know, just kind of don't settle anything. Don't put anything in stone. Don't solidify anything. And I usually have a cookout. I didn't. Everyone was like, what are you doing? Why aren't you? Nope, I really didn't have an answer of why I'm not. I just didn't. And it's very odd for me not to do that. So that shows you how the energy is weird. But I go with the energy. I follow it. And instead of fighting it and resisting it, I'm like, okay, pay attention to what this is telling you. Even though I'm single, and I have been single for a while, I don't get lonely. You know what I mean? Very rarely do I get a FOMO energy, a fear of missing out, but that's it, But for this weekend, it was just like, just be okay with just being with you, and I'm very comfortable about, being with myself. And I had the best, most relaxing weekend. It's like preparation. And now I understand, because this week, guys, is pretty massive. So let's get to it. Thank you for being here. July 7th, Uranus, in astrology, the planet of freedom, rebellion, electric energy. It's a buzz. In tarot, it's signified by the tower, sudden shifts, boom, earthquake kind of energy. Look for that. This is moving into Gemini, fellow air sign. Now, Uranus does okay in air signs because it rules Aquarius, a fellow air sign. So it's going to be okay, but this is a massive shift. And I look at Uranus as the lightning that discharges from the thundercloud. It has to. It has to connect. And this is all about connecting. And in the sign of Gemini, communication, messages, travel, things could get crazy, literally. And on the world stage, I'm telling you, and you heard it here first, there is going to be some massive news coming out that is just going to make everybody flip the fuck out. Like, what? Massive. Not only that, 3 days later on July 10th, we have a full moon in Capricorn. Very serious. Very serious. Very serious time to let some shit go. Okay? Things are getting serious. And this is shining light on things you need to release at this time, because it's a good time to do that, in your fourth house of home. So the home, there could be drama at the home. You know? Make sure you are checking your appliances and all of that stuff. You know what I mean? But it could just be a celebration. You know, the full moon is a culmination of things. It's the realization, coming to realization, and it's also celebratory energy. So, yeah, I made moon phase cards. I'm going to be using those too. But I like to point it out that, you know, we got a full moon on the horizon in Capricorn, an earth sign. So this is maybe getting some things done at home that you need to work on. Now, 3 days later, on July 13th, no, we're not done yet. Saturn, the planet of obstacles, restrictions, limitations, karma, that lesson teacher, that teacher that's just been hard on you to get something out of you, it promotes growth, is going retrograde in Aries. Wow. I mean, Jesus. Things slow down a little bit. With Uranus pushing on the gas and Saturn putting on the brakes. And the full moon with you got a bunch of people in the back seat going, do it! You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy energy. Hang on there, Libra. Find the balance. Maybe this full moon is just saying, stay at home. You know what I mean? But it's the home and work balance. You got to get that in proper harmony with each other. Now, let's get your angel numbers for the week. Let's start this off. Enough of my yammering. All right, this is progress with 6, 7, 8. You are making progress and advancement towards your goals. Stay focused and committed to your journey, knowing that the success is within reach. Yes. Very good. So you're making progress. Focus on progress. You may be seeing 6, 7, and 8. All 6s and no 7s. Is that what it is? What they say in England? You got any English viewers out there? Let me know. Any viewers across the pond? All right, let's get your message from your guide. Ooh, Angel Raoul. I don't know if my son watches this. Hi, Josh, but boy, does that look like you. Looks just like my baby boy. And he's a Libra. And you're holding the scales with justice, harmony, and solution. So again, Archangel Raoul is here to show you, listen, we're making progress. We're making advancement. Stay committed. Stay focused. Focus on harmony. And success will be in your reach. So he's coming to the forefront, Libra, to say, listen, we got this. And he's holding the scales. I mean, you can't make this shit up. Looks just like my son. And he's a Libra and he's holding the scales. And I'm doing Libra's video. You can't make this shit up. There's solutions coming to the forefront with work and with home. So stay focused. It's about progress for you. Now, let's get your shadow work cards. This is one card that is going to show you what we need to work on, the shadow. We always have some shadow work to do. There's always a fractal of ourself lurking in the shadows that kind of want to dim our light, to want to dim our progress. And it's not by design. It's just the way things go, you know. It's an older version of us. And this is jumbled thoughts. The mind can make a heaven of hell and a hell of heaven. There could be some confusion, anxiety, and escape. So, find solution to these jumbled thoughts this week and make progress. Clear your mind. Focus. Okay? Interesting. All right, let's get the vibe for you this week. Thank you so much for being here, Libra. Happy full moon. This is going to be a massive week. You know, a lot of news stories coming out. Lots of things shifting. You know, that's why I reported on that astrology. You know, when I'm telling you, it's going to be a hoot. It's going to be a hoot. So just be aware of that. Okay? Now, okay. There we go. All right, all these cards. Well, oh my God, look, we got the Justice card, your card. You can't make this shit up. Focus on balance this week. Put in the work to do that. Wow. Wow, look, oh, holy shit. Yeah, put in the work to focus on balance. Remember, you create your reality, Libra. So where you put your attention is where the energy flows. And look at that. If you take a chance with this reset you're getting with the Fool, don't be foolish to turn your back on opportunities and solutions. The Nine of Pentacles is reaching for that. You've planted the seeds, now it's bearing fruit. You're harvesting. That's fucking beautiful. A lot of you are getting a reset. The Scales, progress. A Libra video. I love it. All right, let's get some oracles. You're in a good spot. You could just be manifesting all of these solutions, really making some progress. And if you're not, you're being foolish by not taking the road less traveled. You know, this Uranus energy and Gemini is going to give you some, you know, some ideas here on what to do. Yeah, look at that. Nine of Pentacles is out again. Material harvest. You can't make this shit up. Memories of love wants you to know that you are surrounded by love. You have all the help you need. And foundations and achievements with the Four of Wands, celebrating. And this full moon is happening in your 4th house, in the house of home. Making progress. And I like it. It's got a very good, kind of vibe to it this week. Amidst all the crazy energy that's going on, it seems like you're making some good progress here. And 6, 7, 8, 9 leads up to the 9s. Let's look at love. Let's see what we got going on here. Is this where it all malfunctions? Yeah, we got the 8 of Pentacles out again. Put in the work in your relationships. Don't let deception. It's time to be strategic. Yeah, put in the work. Look at this. Look at all the, oh my God, 3 queens. The Queen of Cups, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Queen of Swords. This is nurturing energy. So your relationships just lack some nurturing. Nurture the feelings. Nurture safety and security. And speak your truth. With those 3 queens. And the Fool out again. Don't be foolish. You need to nurture emotions, feelings. Queen of Pentacles is safety, secure, stability, longevity. The Queen of Swords is letting go of these deceptive thoughts, putting in the work, being strategic, and making progress in your relationships. It seems like maybe both partners are now in a part of nurturing each other and actually really want to put the work together. That's brilliant. That's what a relationship's all about. Fantastic. Let's get some messages of love. Wow, air signs readings have been very, very cool. Like Gemini's reading for love got 3 pages. Weird. Okay. Look at that. Trust. It is safe to trust in this situation. Queen of Cups energy. Support. Lean on your inner circle during this time. Queen of Pentacles. Lesson. This person is in your life to teach you a spiritual lesson. With the Queen of Swords. And patience. Everything will unfold in divine timing. With the Fool. You can't make this shit up, man. Don't be foolish. Be patient. Progress is on its way. Solutions are on its way. Trust. I mean, that's This is a great reading. You can't deny it. All right, let's get what's the vibe. You see the way those just fell out? Those three fell out. Psychopath. Uh-oh. Abusive, conniving, unpredictable. All right, what's going on here? Is that the foolish part of you? Are you dealing with one? Are you acting like one? See, this almost feels like this whole reading has been nothing but very, very good progress, you know? And then we have this, where there may be a part of you that still holds on to that, and that is what you need to let go of, okay? And then we have this, vacate, get away, relax, have fun, because it's turning you into a psychopath, you know? And intimacy, mutual respect, unity, and closeness. That's what this week is all about. Express it in multiple ways. All right, Libra, let's get a closing message with the Cosmic Energy Oracle deck. I love this deck. I love everything about it. This is probably like my top favorite of the new ones. Yeah, that one wants to come out because this is all that matters. Joy. Joy is the dance of the soul. Enjoy every moment of it. And that's what you should be doing. Is enjoying yourself. Focus on joy, and you will experience joy. You're making progress here, Libra. Keep focused. Amidst all this crazy energy that's happening this week, you come out on top. And if you're not, start to take the steps to do it. Don't be foolish. All right, Libra, that's going to do it for this week. Damn. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget the freaking weekend is posted midweek to give you the vibe for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I got you covered there. And if you would like a personal tarot reading or astrology, or both, in person or online, I got you. Click the link in the description and it'll bring you to my booking page. Libra, solutions are on the way. Progress is on the way. Focus on your joy. Your relationships are starting to balance out now. Life is fucking good. And if you're not feeling that, you need to focus on that. All right, I love you all, and I will see you on the weekend. Scorpio, welcome. It's Jeff here at Raise Your Vibration TV, and that means it's time for your weekly tarot reading. And this tarot reading is going to be for July 7th all the way to July 13th. So welcome, Scorpio. Hope you had a great holiday weekend, because shit's about to get serious. So let's talk about it and be about it. So welcome, Scorpio. Yes, we've had a big major energy shift happen, I would say mid-afternoon Thursday, and it really hit on Friday, 4th of July. Did you feel a little off? Let me know in the comments. Did you feel that energy? A lot of us sensitive people really felt some weird fucking energy on Friday. It was the Schumann resonance peaking out. I mean, for almost 12 hours straight, just fucking full bore. And that energy affects us big time. And man, I'm telling you, my ears were ringing in a really weird low tone. Like, remember, we used to get our hearing tested in school, and they'd be like, boo, boo, in your ear. It was like that, this ringing. I mean, it would be so jarring that I actually had to close one eye and just kind of tilt my head like, wow, like someone was blowing a universal dog whistle somewhere in the universe, and I was hearing it. You know what I mean? It was very bizarre, very bizarre. But my energy shifted from let's party, I'm going to cook for everybody, we're going to go to the fireworks, let's have a great old time. By the time Friday rolled around, I'm like, you know what? I don't think I want to do that. And it wasn't about being lazy and just blowing things off. The energy just shifted. It was like, no, I pay attention to what the energy is telling me and how things line up in my day. I basically leave it open to the universe like a small child. And it was like, just, all right, there's another example of why it's okay to just do you. Make your own dinner, have a nice, beautiful 4th of July dinner. And I did. I went to my parents, and had, a luncheon with them and my sister, and then just relaxed the whole afternoon, tended my garden, just very solitary work. And it felt good. I'm recording this Sunday morning at 10:30 because I've just been in the groove of just being okay with myself. And I think that's important. I've been single for a while. So if any of you Scorpios want to hook up, just let me know. I'm just kidding. But I'm serious. But yeah. And I don't get lonely, I do get FOMO once in a while, a fear of missing out, but I'm not missing out on anything, I'm actually taking in this moment of just really being okay with myself. I think the more you learn to be okay with yourself and enjoy your own company is when that person walks in. So I'm waiting. I'm not actually waiting. I'm thriving in the meantime, but that energy shifted. So let's talk about the energy shift now. This week is a fucking massive shift. July 7th, Uranus, the planet of freedom, liberation, shaking, the ground shaking. It's literally earthquake energy. In the tarot, it's symbolized by the tower. In my personal practice in astrology, I look at it as the lightning discharging from the thundercloud. It builds, and it's got to discharge somewhere. It's got to connect to ground. That lightning flash, eureka moments, epiphanies, ahas. On the collective level, you guys are going to hear some big, massive news coming out that is going to be like, what the fuck? Could be literally major earthquakes, major weather patterns. Uranus stir things up for a reason, and it's moving into Gemini. It's okay in Gemini. So this is, things, ideas rushing in. Again, the aha moments, the epiphanies, oh, right, I see now. Oh, wow. Or revisiting old ideas that you put to rest could be coming to the forefront. Now, 3 days later, on July 10th, we have a full moon in Capricorn. Excellent time to release. Full moons are all about culmination of things coming together. It's realization. So again, more realization with this Uranus energy and celebration. But I'm telling you, you're going to hear some massive news on the world stage. That's just going to shake everything. And it's all designed that way. So get ready, folks. And this full moon also brings things to light. And it's bringing things to light in your third house. And that's communication. So Capricorn is very serious. So let's communicate effectively. A lot of you Scorpios may be writers. That writer's block, gone. Inspiration, flowing in. Write it down. Communication is key for you this week. So this full moon is bringing things to light that need to work on communication. Could be doing some traveling, so be careful about that. Grounded, take it easy, okay? And 3 days later, on July 13th, Saturn, the planet of karma, lessons, restrictions, frustration, the father, is going retrograde. Great. So now we've got Uranus full throttle on the gas pedal. And now we have Saturn full throttle on the brake pedal. And then the full moon is all these kids screaming in the back. Are we there yet? I have to pee. I'm hungry. I just threw up on the dog. Shit like that. All of that's going on while the wheels are smoking and you're not going anywhere. We got to handle this energy. We're all in this together, Scorpio. Okay. So communicate effectively. Again, this energy is going to be crazy. So ground yourself. This full moon is in an earth sign, so you can be very grounded at this time. Okay. Let's get our angel numbers because that's it. That's all we have for this week. All right. Reassurance with the number 747. Trust your intuition and make practical decisions that align with your higher purpose. Your guardian angels are acknowledging your efforts. So you could literally be boarding a 747, So there's reassurance, trust. The plans are working in your favor. Everything works out in my favor. Let's get a message from your guides from the Energy and Spirit Oracle. See what they are reassuring for us this week. That's weird. Had to clear my throat. Definitely about communication for you. And this is all about confusion. Got many choices and uncertainty. And you have to understand that uncertainty is the only certainty there is. So don't focus on that. Just say this. Be reassured. Step out of your confusion. Everything works out in my favor. The earth supports me. The universe guides me. I am safe. I am protected. I am loved. Say that over and over and over again. And release your confusion and be reassured by trusting your intuition. You make practical decisions that will align you to your higher purpose. And this full moon is going to do it. Those aha moments are coming to you. Now, let's see what our shadow work is this week. What we need to work on. I love these cards. I actually love the way all the readings are starting to unfold. Dark reflection. When you look into the abyss looks back. Truth seeking and liberation. Wow. So if you're feeling confused, the universe is giving you a reflection of confusing things, which makes you very uncertain. You see how that works? So when you focus on certainty, and I am reassured that I'm making the best choices for myself, the universe, again, reflects that. And it gives you exactly what you put your focus on. Okay? Interesting. So what are you reflecting into the abyss? Because it's looking back at you. And liberation, that's that Uranus energy. Absolutely. And Uranus is actually the truth seeker. Because the truth will set you free. And the full moon brings that to the surface. Interesting. All right, Scorpio. Let's get the vibe for the week. Thank you so much for being here. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, and let's get the vibe. Let's get out of this confusion and start making some choices for ourselves. The highest and the best only, of course. All right, is that it? Yep. Very chaotic energy with the cards here. Yeah, that's a no-brainer. Wow, this came together just like that. With the Empress in the middle, absolutely. It is a time of empowering. There's an idea here that needs to come to the forefront. And I think right now, even though Saturn's retrograde, Neptune's retrograde, I think it's time to work on that idea for a lot of you. Okay? The fear of failure is holding back with the Five of Pentacles and the Four of Pentacles. Yeah. No more holding back. Fear is holding you back. That's the uncertainty. Empower yourself. You've got this. The Ace of Cups is showing a new beginning here, especially about the way you treat yourself. And the Four of Wands is celebrating. You could be thinking about moving, maybe literally moving, short distance, not too far. Focus on home, the fours. Wow. But that fear of failure, that's going to keep you stuck. We don't need that. We don't want that. We don't desire that. Okay? Stop holding back your success. These cards are acting weird. They weren't doing that with the last readings. I just recorded 6 of them, so I'm a little behind on my on my readings, but that's all right because, it's holiday weekend. All right, trapped in fear. Can't make this up. Big message here. That's what's got you all confused. Again, the big message is trusting your intuition and your strength. You've got this. 2 8s, 2 4s. And prosperity begins. New beginning here. In love, relationships, job. But don't hold it back. You're literally holding it back. And pissed at the universe because it's not here. Trust your intuition. Remember, what you're looking at is looking back at you. Let's look at love. Knight of Pentacles, slow and steady energy. So there's no need to go fast. The uncertainty with the moon, yeah, that came out. Enough of the uncertainty. It's fear that's got you trapped. That's it. That's it. Let's work on the fear. Let go of the fear. Yeah, look at the fucking... You can't make this up. The Five of Pentacles came out again. Fear of failure in relationships. That's twice. That's what's got you uncertain. It's time to release that with the King of Swords, cuts all cords, and the Ten of Wands, releasing your burdens from old relationships and opening up to a new one. Knight of Pentacles is bringing in an offer here. Slow and steady. Wow. Wow. Let's get some messages of love. I understand. Look at healing. Old wounds and childhood issues need revisiting. So that's where it comes from. Old wounds and childhood issues. I'm not worthy of good relationships. Forgiveness, yeah. Forgiving yourself and another will help you move forward. To what? Your soulmate. Because your soulmate loves, accepts, and respects you. But only if you love, accept, and respect yourself. And that came into focus as soon as I said that. You're being reassured. You're making the efforts to get out of this and move into a better energy, especially when it comes to relationships. Let's get, what's the vibe for you, Scorpio? What's the vibe? Paranoid, cautious, insecure, and guarded. Again, holding back. Very, very, it's calling you out this week. Antisocial, in your feelings, silent treatment, and left out. The Five of fucking Pentacles. You've designed this. You set this up yourself. Now it's time to get out of it. Forgive yourself for it. It's okay. I understand, but you got to let this shit go. This full moon is bringing this to light. Speak it to the universe. I release this. All right. Let's get a closing message for you. What do we have for Scorpio for this crazy week? And I'm sending you all kinds of love. And look at that. The only thing you can do is have hope this week. Hope is a beam of light in the darkness. Damn. You got this. Fear of failure is stopping you from really enjoying your life. It's time for you to move forward, Scorpio. You can do this. All right? That's going to do it for this week, Scorpio. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to watch The Freaking Weekend. That's posted midweek to give you the vibe for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I got you covered there too. And if you would like a personal tarot or astrology reading with me in person or online, click the link in the description and it'll bring you to my booking page. I'm booking up pretty fast. So let's get July and August locked in. All right, guys, I love you all. Careful with this energy. You got this. And I will see you on the weekend. Sag, welcome. Oh my God, I just hit the record and didn't even have my decks out or anything. Hey, Sagittarius, welcome. It's Jeff here at Raise Your Vibration TV. And that means it's time for your weekly tarot reading. This is going to be for July 7th all the way to July 13th. So welcome, Sag. Hope you had a great 4th of July weekend. Hope you got plenty of rest because, brothers and sisters, you're gonna need it. We got a lot going on this week. So let's skip the fucking bullshit and get to it. All right. July 7th, Uranus, the planet of sudden change. In tarot, it's the Tower, okay? For me personally, the way I look at Uranus is electric energy, and it has to discharge somewhere. It's like that buildup in a thunderstorm, and boom, the lightning strikes. It has to discharge. And this collectively can really, really, really create some crazy stuff going on. However, it's moving into Gemini. And this is a big, massive shift. It does okay in a fellow air sign because it rules Aquarius, a fellow air sign. So it's all right, but this is communication. Like there is like some stuff that's going to come out worldwide that is just going to shock the shit out of everybody. You heard it here first, okay? Not only that, a few days later, July 10th, we have a full moon in Capricorn. Very serious, very All right, see, this is the fucking problem here. And it's happening in your second house. So this could all be about finances and getting that right, getting a hold on that, maybe getting some money, a raise or something like that. Something comes to a head here. But it's also about self-worth and value and bringing light to, you might have some negative aspects about yourself or about money that you need to work on, okay? Then 3 days later, we have Saturn, the planet of restrictions, limitations, the lesson teacher. You know, he's like the hard lesson teacher, that teacher that was really hard on you in school, and you found out that it was for a reason, to bring out your best qualities, okay? So that's going retrograde. So back to the drawing board. Slow it down a little bit. You still have the drive to get things done, but do it in a practical way, all right? So this energy is, it's air and earth and fire all mixed together this week. Oh, what a shit show. But I see, now right away, we go to shit show. It doesn't need to be a shit show. You know, you could use this. You might get some brilliant ideas on how to make new money and get ready to go back to the drawing board and implement the plan. So let's get your angel numbers for this week and see what they got. Can I have just one angel number card, please? They're new, so they're learning. Oh, yep, I knew. All right, growth. Excellent. 2, 3, 4. You are experiencing growth and expansion in all areas of your life. You are on the right path and moving towards greater fulfillment and success. Okay, so focus on growth and be grateful for the growth. Maybe that's what you need to be aware of with this full moon, is that so much is shifting, you know, you haven't had time to breathe. And the expansion is happening so fast, you know. Now, let's get a message from your guides from the Energy and Spirit Oracle. Archangel Raziel, with wisdom, inspiration, and Akashic records. Again, so that's a 10. So what you want to do here with this card is get inspired, that Uranus in Gemini can really, again, inspire you to promote more growth. That's what I think for a lot of you. Now, let's get a shadow work card for you. Feathered omens. Even the sweetest birds harbors fierce intentions, self-deceit, illusion, and secret. Well, so what's going on there? You may have to use your inner wisdom to unlock that secret, which will help with the growth. Okay. Interesting. Feathered omens. Even the sweetest bird harbors fierce intentions. What are you not being honest with yourself about? You know, again, second house issues. Interesting. That illusion, that Neptune retrograde energy, you know, because we got all these planets going retrograde. Look at that, self-deception. Okay. You may realize that you have been self-deceiving. It's an end to that. Yeah, absolutely. This is growth, baby. Rebirth. I like it. High Priestess. No more confusion. Trust your inner wisdom. The 2 represents the second house. That's where that full moon's taking place. And 9 of Cups opening up to abundance. Yes. So, again, this could be a poor attitude, a lack mentality with money. Okay? There's a huge message here about something that has to do with opportunity and also income. Opening up to a different way instead of deceiving yourself. And that full moon is shining there. Shining that light on, it's time to be strategic. It's time to go to the drawing board and really work this out. Maybe you're dialing down your debt. But this definitely has to do with finances. Wow, look at that. Positive movement forward. Absolutely. That's all you need to focus on. Put in the work and look at that. Love begins and prosperity begins. I'm telling you. A lot of you guys could be opening up to a new job, new love, something. Self-love, self-care. This is growth. Definitely. Definitely. All right, let's look at love. Jeez. Ace of Pentacles out again. Opportunity. More opportunity in love. Allowing, I think some of you had the illusion that I only attract a certain kind of person, and that's not the case here. Look at that. Don't turn your back on the opportunity this week in love and let go of the drama. Again, what are we focusing on? King of Cups shows an energy that keeps themselves calm in the midst of a storm, okay? Now this week is going to be kind of stormy, so you just keep calm. There's an opportunity available to you if you open up to it. And it's definitely with stability in relationships, a new relationship, just opening up to the possibilities of it. This is the growth spurt you're kind of going through. That's what I kind of see this as, Sag, a growth spurt. And you getting rid of self-limiting beliefs. Wow. Awakening. Someone is undergoing a spiritual transformation. I think that's you. Absolutely. Obsession. Someone is in this connection is gripped by obsessive thoughts. Yeah. The self-deceit, the illusion, and the Seven of Swords is self-deception, if I've ever seen it. So be careful with that. Don't turn your back on the opportunity to finally let that old habit go. Self-care. Clear your energy field and focus on yourself before acting. You have to fill your cup first before you go and fill all these other cups. You see what I'm saying? Very interesting message here. And twin flame, this is a divine counterpart connection. Absolutely. 2 aces of pentacles. That shows that. This is growth. This is growth. So don't turn your back on an opportunity to do that. Get inspired. Use your internal wisdom, your inner wisdom. All right. What's the vibe? This reading is just going really fast. Unbelievable. All right. Okay. Two-faced, double life, cheater, backstabber. Looks like you're dealing with some old demons. Something here. Maybe you're finding out that one of your friends just is a fucking asshole. You know what I mean? Look at that. Shattered, broken, nightmares, failures. What's going on here? Are you releasing all this on this full moon? I hope so. Paranoid, cautious, insecure, and guarded. You have to let your guard down in order to open up. And that's what you need to do. There's an opportunity here to open up instead of thinking that somebody's up to something. You know what I mean? Paranoia will destroy you. You know? All right. Let's get a closing message. We haven't even hit 10 minutes yet, and we've basically got all of this figured out. It's a great week for growth. It's a great opportunity for you to get rid of some of this negative self-talk you have in your head that closes you down from opportunities. This is positive movement forward, and you're finally releasing that. Freedom. Freedom comes from inner liberation. Absolutely. And that's what you should be focusing on. I think that Uranus energy moving into Gemini is actually doing that. Gemini is about thoughts and communication. Uranus is putting that lightning bolt, that aha, eureka moment. I've been doing this to myself. Wow. And prosperity. This is another thing. Prosperity is definitely in the works for you this week. Prosperity comes from hard work and a love for life. Remember that. You have to put in the work in order to live a successful life. And all you have to do is focus on success. And you will fall into that vibe. You will transform into that vibe. And I think that is the kind of thing you need to get into, and it sets you free. And this is great for relationships also. There is much growth going on here this week, Sag. All right, that's going to do it for this week. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget the freaking weekend is posted midweek to give you the vibe for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And if you would like a personal tarot or astrology reading with me in person or online, just go ahead and click the link in the description and it'll bring you to my booking page. Sag, great time for growth amidst all this change. Use it to get inspired and find new ways to make more money or to allow yourself a much better life and stop the self-deceit. All right, Sag, I love you all. Be safe, and I will see you on the weekend. Capricorn, welcome. It's Jeff here at Raise Your Vibration TV. What's up? You are here for your weekly tarot reading, of course, and I'm in one of them moods, so strap it on, Capricorn, because it's a full moon in your sign. So, this weekly tarot reading is going to be for July 7th all the way to July 13th. But wait, there's more. Yes, we do have a full moon in your sign. Yes, yes, yes. But we got some shit going on before and after that's going to make this week really fucking weird. I don't really want to say weird. I don't know really how this energy is going to play out. It's pretty volatile. It's like giving a kid nitroglycerin and seeing what he's going to do with it. You know what I mean? Or giving a baby a hand grenade. What's it going to do? Is it going to pull that pin, or is it going to lose interest with it and just kind of let it go? And we've dodged a bullet here. I don't know. So let's talk about it, okay? July 7th, the planet Uranus. These are big, heavy-hitting things happening this week, and this marks it off on the 7th. I hope you enjoyed your weekend. I really hope you got some rest, because you're going to work for it this week. You are going to work, Capricorn. So, Uranus is moving into Gemini. It's a big, massive shift. It's big. Expect to see on the world stage a lot of things that are going to be said, put out there, information flying in that's going to be like, what the fuck? You heard it here first. All right? Really. Massive. Massive. All right? And Gemini is all about communication and information and, you know, just seeing like the Matrix fucking thing, you know, coming down the fucking, you know, it's that kind of shit. Uranus is like the Tower card in tarot. And it's like lightning discharging from a thundercloud. And where it strikes, nobody knows. Thunder only happens when it's raining, honey. You know what I'm saying? I am like totally in the Fleetwood Mac reference all week this week. It's all right. It's summertime. That's what I hear. That's every time I think of my summer when I was a kid, it's Fleetwood Mac or Heart or the Eagles or something in the back of my mind. That's the soundtrack to it. My parents had good musical taste. Thanks, Mom and Dad. All right. Now, the full moon on July 10th. Yes, it is in your sign. It's your glow up. It's shining things on you personally that need to go. All right. Full moons can be messy. The energy is already ramping up. You felt it this week. You probably felt it Thursday midday and slowly creeping in on Friday. Don't you think that the 4th of July was just a little off, a little weird? Something was... The Schumann resonance was off the scale. It shut the fucking meters down. That's how fucking hard it hit for a long time, like a 12-hour stint. A lot of weird weather happened that was related to that. Go and research it. Look it up. Don't believe me. Look it up. I'm telling you. I've been doing my research because something didn't feel right. And I've been talking to a lot of people, and we've all felt the same thing. And sure enough, then I find out that the Schumann resonance just went off the chart. And that's the frequency the planet is giving off, you know, and because of the solar radiation and all of that, it bombards us and creates this energy that's, you know, sometimes unmistakable. But this full moon, you're going to be howling at the moon. You could be howling at others also, because this full moon is in your first house, and it also is opposite your 7th. So it brings this practical, down to earth, put some work into your relationships with yourself and others. All right. Now, to make matters even worse, your ruler, Saturn, on July 13th is going retrograde. Great. Saturn moving forward is planning these restrictions and life lessons on you. Saturn retrograde may be a little cool off time, but that Uranus moving into Gemini with that full moon, I mean, Jesus Christ. It's the trifecta of holy shit. You heard it here first. Now, let's get some angel numbers. And this is all about adaptability with 765. Okay? You are flexible and capable of facing changes. Trust in your strength to navigate any challenges that arise. Okay, now, this full moon is about realization, celebration, and culmination. Okay? Yeah, I made some cards for that too. Because I got a feeling I might as well use the space on the table to put some representation here of what you need to know. You know what I mean? So putting these cards in these spots are actually kind of burning it in your subconscious. So be adaptable this week. It's going to be hard. It's going to be hard, but that's part of your kind of energy quest this week is to adapt. Because if you don't bend in the wind, you're going to break. Now look at this. Balance with 24. Centered energy and self-care. You need to find that balance of self-care and putting things into your relationships also to achieve that balance. So if you want balance, you got to learn to adapt. Okay? Now, and self-care is already on the bill for you. Let's get some shadow work, what we need to know for this week. I really love this deck. I love them all that I got. I wouldn't be using them if I didn't, but I really love this deck. All right. I've been using it in my readings personally with people too, and it's just incredible. Wow. I saw this card and I said, I never saw that while I was shuffling, and it came out. That's for you. The unknown. Uncertainty is the only certainty there is. Fuck yeah. Surrender, curiosity, and faith. Uncertainty is the only certainty there is. Fuck. That's the way you keep your energy centered and balanced, is trusting in the uncertainty, the unknown, surrendering to it, adapting to it. Interesting. Let's get the vibe. Interesting. Interesting energy. I'm telling you, this week is interesting energy. I know that, full moons, they are a time for celebration, but man, this energy is just flexing big time. And it's really giving us no choice. We have to go along with it. We have to. So you might as well adapt. Yeah, look at this. Holy shit. Just so you know, the Justice card did come out. So again, it's about balance. Okay. Wow. Okay. Yeah, this is exactly what we were just talking about. I'm going to put that right up there with that. Yeah. Perfect. There we go. All right, Capricorn. Wow. Lots of energy here. The good news is that I hope that you find out that we're releasing some of these things that we have been holding on to for quite some time. And we're realizing that we're wasting our energy focusing on this stuff. And it's really a self-deception. It's taking arrows. It's a negative self-talk. And it's time to change that and to move forward, to really focus on balance instead of the imbalance of everything, And knowing that things will even out. Now, when you adapt that ability, well, then all of a sudden, we're making plans. You could be traveling this week, taking up an offer. I like that. And a new beginning here. The universe says here, just learn to adapt. The Two of Wands is also adaptability too. And surrendering and focusing on your balance. It's keeping the work and the home life balanced. It's keeping your personal and your relationships balanced. Keeping your professional life and your personal life balanced. That's the name of the game this week. Okay? Releasing this, you got to release that. That's just old hurt, old sorrow, drama, with a little sprinkle of drama, Jesus. But things are evening out. Like justice is being served here. You know what I mean? It's good. It's really good. Okay. All right, first of all, let's get the twos out because we got 222. And guess what that's all about? Wow. You can't make that shit up, folks. Let's put this right over here. Yeah. Wow. Wow. We got a 2 with mental conflict. Again, you know, you're wasting your energy on that. Why are you doing that? Heartache and loss. Yeah, this is releasing that. And I feel that. I really do. It kind of gives me a headache. And it's time to release it. Look at you emotionally doing, you're doing the work. You're doing the work to emotionally release that and moving on from my life is always a fucking series of mishaps and dramas. The universe is kind of saying, you got an opportunity here to really, really, really get your passion ignited and put up boundaries, protect your energy, stand your ground, especially when it comes to relationships. Relationships, again, must be held in harmony and in balance instead of going towards, well, we have to fight in order to, you know, some people, it can't be good all the time. Why not? Why not? As long as you have conversations, don't hold anything back and don't repeat the past. You know what I'm saying? That's what it feels like. Like you're learning a valuable lesson about not putting old patterns into new patterns because they don't fit. That's the big thing right here. Okay? Let's look at love. There's lots of love, lots of balance, lots of harmony, especially when it comes to relationships. King of Cups. That's, again, regulating your emotions. It could be volatile city. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, look at that. The Queen of Cups out. I love that. For a relationship, fuck yeah. That's really good. Same level. See, you're moving into a relationship that people are on the same emotional level, and that puts you off balance. I'll tell you that. I'll bet you 10 fucking bucks that's what it is. I bet you that's what it is. And you don't know how to handle that. And that's okay. We got you. Trust your intuition with the High Priestess. Another 2. More balance, more harmony. What more could you ask for? But you have to put in the work. You really do. In order to keep that harmony, you just don't set it and forget it. Not with this one. It's a constant recalibration. It's being patient. Okay, you see those 2 of Cups getting that mix right? Absolutely. And strong and using strength, your inner strength. Taming that lion that wants to roar here from the past. And you keep a clamp on that shit, you know, because it's different this time. All right. Let's check out what's the vibe. I shouldn't smack the cards on the table like that. I keep forgetting this is a glass top, you know. All right. These cards are actually growing on me. At first I was like, what? But they're working. All right. First what we got is puzzled, confused, perplexed, and conflicted. Why? See, you're puzzled because how can this actually work? I wasn't raised that way. I didn't know that relationships can produce harmony and balance and just keeping a good flow. I didn't know that. You know why? Because you probably were surrounded by narcissists. You know what I mean? And egotistical, opportunist, and actually fragile. Okay? Walking all over people. Maybe that energy can't work in this new world you're in. And you got to be aware of that. And surrendering to the unknown and adapting. Fuck. Powerful full moon for you. All right, Capricorn. Wow, that's a doozy of a reading there. But pay attention. Pay attention. Let's get a closing message for you. Absolutely. Light. Light dispels darkness. Keep your inner light shining against all this mental conflict and all this stuff that happened in the past. Let that light of the new moon dispel the darkness. This is darkness here. And it cannot go with you on this new journey. No fucking way. It can't. It's there. It's beautiful, and you deserve it. Don't fucking fight the flow because you got to create something that ain't there. Okay, Capricorn, one fuck of a week. Let me know how things go in the comments without getting too personal, of course, or send me an email. I'm available. Shoot your boy a message, okay? If you want a personal reading in person or online, tarot or astrology, click the link in the description. It'll bring you to my booking page. We have to go over the freaking weekend this week, so make sure you check that. That's posted midweek. All right, Capricorn, you know I love you more than anything in the world, and you've got to really let go of old patterns because they ain't going with you on this ride, or you ain't going at all. All right, Capricorn, love you all. I will see you on the weekend. Aquarius, welcome. It's Jeff here at Raise Your Vibration TV, and that means it's time for your weekly tarot reading. This tarot reading is going to be for July 7th all the way to July 13th. Hi. How you doing, Aquarius? Hope you're doing well. Hope you enjoyed your Independence Day weekend, because I hope you got a lot of rest, because this week is going to be a fucker. Okay? Let's talk about it. Where do we begin? Hi, Madon. Let me have a sip of my coffee first. You might as well. Sit down for this, okay? Pull over if you're driving. All right. July 7th is when all this begins. Your ruler, Uranus, which is the tower in the tarot, which is, to me, astrological wise, Uranus is electric energy. It is lightning striking. It's the light bulb going off. It's the eureka moment. It is things happening quickly. It's like a quick jolt from the earth. Shake the foundations, rattle the cages, cause rebellions. Is moving into a fellow air sign, Gemini. This is a big, massive shift. Big. And you're going to feel it the most, which is Uranus works well in Gemini. That's okay. Again, revolutionary ideas. I will tell you a couple things here. This week will start this massive influx of what the fuck energy from the collective. We are going to find some things out that is going to be like, what? You heard it here first. That'll probably shift a lot of consciousness out there. I mean, we are going to have news come out, disclosure, all of that. You name it, the floodgates have opened, literally and figuratively. Then July 10th, 3 days later, we have a full moon in Capricorn. Fuck. This is an excellent time to release. This is about realization. It's a culmination and it's celebration. Yeah, I made those cards. I got moon phase cards for teaching and for visual representation for the readings. I like to do that. I got this big, massive table. I might as well put things down here so your mind is all picking it up. You know, you may think that you're only focusing on the card that I'm talking about, but these cards that will be stacked up here later are constantly hitting your subconscious. Hopefully, it'll go through. Now, 3 days later on that, let's talk about where that full moon is actually happening. That's happening in your 12th house. So that is getting rid of the mental clutter. So you could be going through a lot here, trying to get your routine down, the motivation. It's time to move. Again, this energy shift is going to fly. You're all of a sudden going to have these wonderful ideas. Maybe some ideas are going to be revisited. But this full moon is giving you an excellent time to release any negative energy that's stopping you on your daily progress. Now, 3 days later, on July 13th, Saturn, the planet of limits, obstacles, limitations, karma, the lesson teacher. He's the wise old man that teaches you harsh lessons sometimes, is going retrograde in Aries. So we've got Uranus full throttle on the gas and Saturn stepping on the brake. And the full moon is a bunch of people in the back screaming, let's go. I gotta pee. I gotta do this. Come on. Are we there yet? And you're not making any progress. Wheels are spinning, smoking, complete mayhem. And you're in the middle of a 9.9 magnitude earthquake. You know what I mean? That's what this week's energy kind of feels like. All right, let's get your angel numbers. Let's see what kind of angel numbers we got for you this weekend. This week. And it's expansion with 333. Trust in your abilities and embrace opportunities for growth and expansion. So this full moon can be all about expansion for you, especially in the mind. The 12th house to me is the subconscious, what you really think about yourself, and it kind of runs the show. Maybe we need to delete some of these programs that we have to release ourselves. Again, crazy ass energy. And your ruler is at it. All right, let's get a message from your guides for this week. What do we need to know? Conscious steps. So this is number 26, conscious steps. And as you can see, she's walking these big stones, step by step, considering each action and looking forward without putting expectations into the future, but consciously making each step. This energy can have us skip a few steps. It's also a message that you're taking the right steps in order to get where you need to go. You're expanding, okay? So it's a good celebratory energy for you, is that you are considering your actions step by step. Very good. Now, let's get some shadow work oracle card. We're going to see what we need to work on in order to keep making those steps, to keep trusting and embracing opportunities. What's holding us back? Sacred boundaries. Respecting and honoring your limits sets you free. So this week, be assertive. Assert your boundaries with yourself and others, and absolutely self-care. This will help you with your expansion. That helps with the considered steps. But boundaries are important. Okay? All right. Boundaries are important for your expansion. And you think, well, it seems like expansion and boundaries don't really mix well together, but they do. Because you're expanding and growing when you stand up for yourself. You see what I'm saying? And you don't allow a certain energy into your life that kind of breaks up that conscious awareness of taking the steps necessary. All right. Yeah, look at that. I think for a lot of you, you're holding back your own success. And I think right now is the realization that you're going to find out that, God damn it, some of the old beliefs that I have, and it's nobody's fault. I mean, forgive yourself for that. But I think a big step for you is to not hold back, especially when it comes to finances. It almost seems like you're putting yourself in a lack mentality, thinking that, if I miser and hold on to my money, that shows that it doesn't flow to you. It's, you know what I mean? It's time to open up to opportunities, especially when it comes to money. So no more holding back. You're strong enough to move forward. Leo energy here. Take a hint from Leo. All right? Page of Cups. An opportunity comes in when you no longer hold back, when you're confident. And the Nine of Cups is opening up to abundance and it's wish fulfillment. Again, expanding. That doesn't look like shrinking and cowering. That looks like expanding. You're not expanding when you're holding back. Okay? And I know that you're probably guarded and you're protecting yourself and your interest in your assets. But the thing is that you're telling the universe that you don't have this exchange with this free flow of energy with money. You only think it comes and you got to hold on to it, where it's just, it flows. And it may be just, holding back opportunities in relationships, holding opportunities back in work. You may be thinking, well, this is as far as I go. You know what I mean? But it's really opening yourself up to the future here. Okay. So this week, trust your intuition. Okay. Another 2, this is the sacral chakra. This is opening up to joy. This is your pleasure center. All work and no play makes Aquarius a very, very, very volatile individual. Okay? There could also be some childhood issues, maybe dealing with wealth and abundance. I wasn't rich, I wasn't born rich, so therefore I don't know what that's like. Well, rich is a state of mind. And when you have that state of mind, wealth, money flows to me. I have a great relationship with money. Every time I hand over some money, it comes back to me threefold. That kind of thing. Everything expands with patience and planning. So be patient, especially with this energy, because it's going to make you quite volatile. That's when you know you need to ground with some self-care. But this is all about growing and expanding for you. Maybe you're holding back on expanding your business, and I say this would be a great time to do it. Just be patient and plan. You'll know when to execute the plan, okay? Yeah. 8 of Swords. This is that energy you need to release for this full moon. It's getting stuck in your own thoughts, holding back. Yeah, King of Pentacles. Again, could be meeting somebody with money, established. Maybe that's what you need to set into, is I got this. King of Pentacles is very safe and secure in what he has. He's worked very hard for it. He opens up to it. He allows the wealth to flow to him. 3 of Cups is celebrating. Be patient, you will. A 3. Expansion and growth. And the Wheel of Fortune, it's time. When the Wheel of Fortune comes out, it's time. This is clearly about money. This could be you maybe opening up to a relationship at work. There's a lot going on here. Again, the light bulb going off over you is very evident. Interesting. All right, now let's get messages of love. Different pages. You and this person don't share the same vision. Is that what you're holding back about? Is that why you're confused? Is that why you're not trusting your intuition and not setting boundaries? Because you're overlooking that aspect of this relationship? And healing. Old wounds and childhood issues need revisiting. When the sacral card comes out, yes. So this is old childhood stuff that needs to be worked on. Go slow. Take time to get to know each other. I got a feeling a friendship is turning into a situationship with you singles, with you Aquariuses. Maybe you're realizing that, or maybe you're just realizing that you're holding back your own opportunity to really connect with somebody because you know that the person you're with, you're just trying to fit a square peg in a round hole. You know what I mean? And it's not working. So let's get the vibe. What's the vibe? And see what they add to this. Wow. Okay. Hopeless, lost, depression, suicide. Well, let's not go there. Let's get out of this hopeless attitude. I don't like to see that at all. You're strong enough to get through this. What you need to do is just focus on today. Emanate good vibes. Be in the now, in the moment, because that's all that matters. That will pull you out of this hopeless energy. Laughter, happiness, joy, and healing. Absolutely. And soulmate, twin flame, friendship, romantic partner. Yeah. A lot of you are finding that person. That's excellent. But I again, stop holding back your life. A lot of you are just in this, and I don't like to see that at all. Especially that last one. No, it's not an option. Get some help if that's where you're feeling that, Aquarius. Not good. Because I know what it's like to be on the other side of that. Trust me when I say that. It's very personal for me. And that is nothing but a permanent solution to a temporary problem. Think about the people that you leave behind. I don't think a lot of people understand that. I don't want to get too dark about it, but listen, guys, you have to make conscious steps to change the way that you're looking at things. You know what I mean? Yeah, this one just wanted to come out because you are strong enough. That's a great message right there. Your inner strength is boundless. Unleash it. I love that. Love that. You're strong enough to get through any of this. You've got this. It's all about growth, trust, because this is opening up to something beautiful here. And this is not a fucking option. Makes me very upset to see that card. You're strong enough. It's time. Let's do it. This full moon, all this energy is going to be a shift for you, but it is helping you grow. And you're divinely supported. Unleash your creativity. That'll help in all this. All right, Aquarius. That's going to do it for this week. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget the freaking weekend is posted midweek to give you the vibe for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And if you would like a personal reading with me, tarot or astrology, or if you just want to reach out and talk, click the link in the description and it'll bring you to my booking page. Leave me a message. We'll set something up. All right, Aquarius, I love you all. You are strong enough. You are loved. You are safe. You are boundless. And you are expanding this week. I love you all, and I will see you on the weekend. Pisces, welcome. It's Jeff here at Raise Your Vibration TV, and that means it's time for your weekly tarot reading. And this tarot reading is going to be for July 7th all the way to July 13th. So, welcome, Pisces. Hope you had a very wonderful and relaxed holiday weekend. I hope you got some rest. I hope you cleared a lot. The energy shifted on Thursday afternoon. Let's do some comparisons, shall we? I'll share mine if you share yours. Thursday afternoon, the energy shifted. Did you ever see like a groundhog when it hears something? Excuse me. You got something to say. Or like a deer when it hears something. It's like, its attention is like, wait a minute. That's what I felt Thursday afternoon. The energy shifted. That Neptune energy started creeping on in, okay? And it started to change. I started feeling this weird energy. My ears were ringing something fucking crazy, weird, low tones that almost felt like, it just made me stop. Happened a couple times while I was driving. Happened a couple times while I was just sitting, talking to people. But the energy shifted definitely on Thursday. And when Friday rolled around, the energy totally changed. It was very uncertain. It was weird energy. And I found out that the Schumann resonance spiked for like a 12-hour period Friday. Really just bombarding us with this energy. So do your research on the Schumann resonance. There's a lot of people out there that keep tabs on this. There's a way to kind of gauge this energy, this influx of energy that comes in. And it's interesting how it correlated with a lot of weather patterns and all of that, crazy weather. So it shifted this weekend. And if you watched the week and the weekend, and if you didn't, how dare you? You notice that I was all, yeah, let's party 4th of July. I'm going to cook out all weekend. I didn't do any of that. I didn't throw a party. I usually throw a party. Everyone was like, what the fuck? I didn't go down to the pier to watch the fireworks or anything. I had a very nice time with my parents and my sister early on the day, and I stayed home. Plans fell through. I was a little pissed, but I was like, no, you know what? This opportunity is for you. I've been single for quite a while, and I don't get lonely. Once in a while I get FOMO, fear of missing out on something, but that's very, very rare. I was kind of feeling it Thursday and Saturday, especially Thursday. I was like, I got to do something. And energy was like, sit tight, man. Enjoy yourself. Relax. Enjoy you, Jeff. Because if you enjoy you, there's somebody out there that's really going to enjoy you. You know what I mean? But you have to do that first. And I think that's what this weekend is doing for me, is preparing me for something. What it is, I don't know, but I know it's a fucking hell of a lot better than what I've allowed myself. And this weekend was the epiphany, because I'm literally recording this at 10 o'clock on Sunday morning. And this weekend has been very cathartic for me to just be okay with me. I've been gardening, I've been grounding, I've been tanning, I mean, keeping myself busy and productive, and still keeping the people in my life that mean something to me there, full and present. Now I understand why, because this week is a fucking massive shift. So let's get to it. All right. July 7th, Uranus, the planet of sudden boom. It is volatile. It shakes things up. It's revolutionary. It's the rebel. In the tarot, it's the tower. In astrology, in my practice, it is the lightning discharging from the thunder cloud. It has to release. Electric energy, a buzzing energy. It's Tesla coil. You know what I mean? That's Uranus energy. And it fucking freaks out everything. Your hair's going to stand up if you get too close to it. You know what I'm saying? And it's moving into Gemini, an air sign. It does well, but it's massive information, epiphanies, ideas that you put to rest are now coming up again. Writer's block, gone. And if you still have writer's block, it's you, okay? But a lot of communication flowing, maybe too much. Take it easy. You guys are sponges. Take it easy. All right? On the world stage, we are going to be hit with some massive news, epiphanies, aha moments, light bulbs going off over our heads, because that electricity is igniting it. You heard it here first. You're literally going to hear about earthquakes, massive shifts, and some holy shit news is coming out. Mark my words. Now, 3 days later, July 10th, we have a full moon. Excellent time to release. This is a time for realization as well as celebration, and it's a culmination of energy coming to a crescendo. Excuse me, the buildup. Again, Gemini is about communication. I think a lot of Pisces have got something to say, because that's twice I've coughed. This full moon is in Capricorn, earth sign. Let's get to work. This full moon wants you to get to work. And it's happening in your 11th house of hopes, dreams, and wishes, making those a reality. Now getting the ideas to move forward. Okay? So work on that. It's also giving and receiving love. It also has to do with your friend groups. Maybe a lot of drama going on with that. Take it easy. Careful with your communications. Okay? Could be volatile. Now, 3 days later, everything's happening in 3-day increments. On the 13th, Saturn, the planet of limitations, lessons, that teacher that you hated because they were so hard on you, and at the end of the school year, you basically worshiped them because they brought something out of you. They promoted your growth. That's what Saturn does. It's daddy energy. You know what I mean? And it's going retrograde. So we've got Uranus with the full foot to the gas pedal. We got Saturn putting on the brakes. And the full moon is a bunch of kids in the back that you're carting around. Are we there yet? I'm hungry. I'm hot. The dog just puked on me. He's hitting me. Mommy, daddy. I mean, you're spinning your wheels. You're not going anywhere. And all you want to do is get the fuck out. You know what I mean? That's this energy for this week. So be aware of that. This full moon is making it extra. But get out there and ground. because that electric energy, where does it connect? To something that grounds. So get out there and ground. Okay? Now, let's get your angel numbers for this week, Pisces. And there they are. And it is 809. 890. Dyslexic much? And that's all about renewal. You are experiencing renewal and fresh beginnings. Release the past and embrace the opportunities for growth and transformation ahead. Again, a sense of renewal is coming over you because these ideas are flowing for you. Now, let's get a message from your guides from the Energy and Spirit Oracle. See what else they got to add to this full moon. Ancestors, yeah, this came out for Gemini also, I think. Your ancestors, no, I think this came, I don't know, I forgot. Number 28, which equals 10, payoff, historical connections and purposes. So communicate with your ancestors. This card comes out to say, listen, we are helping you through these transitions. We're helping you release the past. We're helping you embrace these new opportunities. We're here. Call us in. This could also be somebody that has passed on that really wants you to say, hey, listen, I'm here for you, kid. Okay? Now, let's look at our shadow work we got to do this week. Love this fucking deck. I've incorporated it in my personal readings for people, and I love it. I absolutely love it. Okay? And we've got self-reflection. Yeah, big time. That will bring on that renewal. Looking inward helps you see what to improve to make better choices. So it's all about awareness and improvement this week with self-reflection. So do the work. This will bring that sense of renewal. Your guides are telling you, listen, if you're thinking it, if you're experiencing it out there, you're experiencing it inside. If you have a loss inside, you're experiencing it out there and vice versa. You see what I'm saying? As above, so below. Let's get the energy for you. So we got the opportunity to open up to like new groups of people, making some connections, maybe some past life connections coming to the forefront for you. All right, let's get the vibe. Ooh. Okay. Mm-hmm. Wow. Wow. All right. The message is very clear. Eight of Pentacles in the middle is saying, put in the work. Put in the work to make your dreams come to full fruition now. And it's gonna take a change in routine and all of that. But look at this. We have the Death and Rebirth card. Again, new beginnings here. Okay? Have faith. You are being directed in the right direction. Put in the work to know that you are doing that. Really. Ace of Wands is embracing change, a new opportunity, the epiphany, the light bulb. Boom! Your third eye activates with a new beginning here. Could come through a friend group. And it's time. The Wheel of Fortune is saying it's time. And not only that, luck is on your side. Open up to it. It surrounds you. You just have to be aware of it. There's a huge focus on new beginnings here for you. And being directed in the right way. It's fantastic. Fantastic. So, let's get some oracles and see what we are adding to this. What do we have? Yeah. I mean, this week is going to be fraughted with mental conflict and challenges and obstacles. Let's not focus on that anymore. We have to have hope. That gets us through this. It's putting in the work instead of focusing on all this, putting in the work. I'm going to keep saying that over and over and over again. Now, let's look at love for Pisces. Let's see what we got going on here. What do we have for love and relationships and all of that stuff? We got an 11th house influence. So this could be friend group. Yeah, look at that. 8 of Swords, being stuck in this energy. It's time for renewal. It's self-imposed, of course. It's confusion. It's mental. It's more mental conflict that you don't need, and we need to release that. The High Priestess, again, showing your uncertainty, but you're not listening to your intuition. It's time to activate that intuition. And look at this with the Ace of Cups and the Two of Cups. This is good energy. This is doing the work, and it pays off. A lot of you single Pisces could be meeting somebody by chance. Pay attention to the twos. 222. Choo, choo, choo. That's all about balance and harmony. So you focus on that this week. And you will experience that. Again, self-reflection. Okay, let's get some messages of love. Anything else? There we are. Okay. Rejection. This rejection is actually divine protection. Okay. Again, your ancestors, strong on this one, telling you, listen, it's all right. There's a purpose for this. The timing is perfect. And here and now, your true love is already a part of your life. So you might, for some of you singles, you might be having the realization that, oh my God, is this happening? It could be. Let's see what the vibe is for you this week. Interesting. Whoa. Okay. Chaos, upheaval, disaster, and downfall. Now listen, this is where all this mental chaos happens. It's time for some self-reflection. It's time to put things back into balance. It's time to take your focus off of all this upheaval and downfall. Put up boundaries. Disrespectful, enough is enough in defending yourself. Boundaries need to come into place, especially with yourself. And wishful thinking, second chance, deja vu, and nostalgia. Now that 11th house of hopes, dreams, and wishes, you're getting a second chance at this, kids. Make it happen, especially when it comes to relationships and really when it comes to your life purpose. All right? Let's get a closing message from you, from the Cosmic Energy Oracles. Boom, there it is. And look at that, creativity. Creativity is your inner expression. Unleash it. There it is right there. That's what's going to be your saving grace this week. And you watch what happens. The mental barriers unblocked. This energy is going to inspire you. And I'm telling you, a partnership with a friend or something like that is going to propel you on forward to your life mission. You heard it here first. All right, Pisces, that's going to do it for this week. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget, watch the freaking weekend to give you the vibe for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I got you covered there. And if you would like a tarot or astrology reading with me, personal, in person or online, click the link in the description and it'll bring you to my booking page. Pisces, hang in there this week. You are being directed to put in the work, to renew yourself with some self-reflection and open up to your creativity, a relationship, a new job, a new life path. It's happening. Allow harmony and balance into your life this week, and it'll be yours. All right, I love you all. Thank you for watching, and I will see you on the weekend.